Into it. This could be a bit of a mess. Tech offenders assemble. Hello, my fellow tech offenders. So I guess to get started right away, I actually do have a small, I guess, pseudo intro segment that I wanted to kind of talk about. This just popped up while I was searching through Twitter. But oh, why did it break? Here we go. Wow. I need to fix that crop. So, oh, I didn't want it to only show that. Basically, I've come to a noticing, and I'm glad that it's like maybe it's confirmation bias on my part. That I have not been getting recommended people I am subscribed to and would watch basically like every single day. Um, so that's like Dickers. I haven't been recommended Dickers, Queeman, and on like the more normal side, I guess, less drama side, I haven't been recommended Second Wind in ages. And that's like Yahtzee's thing. Um, the details of what it is isn't important, but I kind of wanted to shout this out. Basically, this video is going over apparently like YouTube is crushing their channel. To sum it up, they've been getting like 500,000 less views and almost half the impressions that they were getting. And I'm wondering if other people could confirm this, because I'm just not getting people that I would watch consistently recommended. And it's turned into a thing where I'm kind of getting like the same 5 or 6 people recommended over and over and over. And I don't know if anybody in the chat or in future watches sees this, post a comment, let me know. Maybe that'll just reinforce my confirmation bias. It's happened in the past. Like I used to watch Aiden Paladin a lot. Then I stopped getting her videos entirely. And I get Chud Logic, but I don't get Chud Logic Noir. And yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, let's get into the actual segments now. So let's talk about Tectone. Let's talk about Tectone. So Tectone is a streamer. You guys, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna leave for a while. Not sure when I'll be back, but my mind is clouded. I'm just angry every day. I'm crashing out over nothing. I don't want resentment guiding me. I see where I'm headed and I don't like it at all. I'm saying things I don't mean. I'm tilting out over the smallest things. The worst thing is I still can't even explain to you guys why I'm so angry, and that's what's frustrating me the most, because I value transparency over everything. I'm going to go on break. I hope for not too long, but no streams for a while. This date that I have to keep waiting for is getting closer, but every day the wait is harder. I plan on making some YouTube videos just talking and tweeting every now and then, but nothing too much. Need to get my head straight again. Appreciate y'all. Bye for now. So, Tectone, for those unaware, has become a sort of variety streamer, but certainly somebody who's focusing much more on drama lately in the political sphere. Primarily due to a rivalry with Hassan and friendship with Asmongold. And this has kind of led Tectone away from where he started as a gacha streamer. Tectone primarily streamed gacha during COVID, I believe, and a little bit before COVID. Genshin Impact, Arknights, and then whatever else is out now. I don't even know what there is now. What's the one that's like a Genshin ripoff? Wuthering Waves. So, without like a huge amount of context, because we'll be getting to that later, Tectone is just a variety streamer. And he is, in a couple of ways, sort of a lolcow. Because I wouldn't give him the official moniker of one. But he does have recurring personal tendencies that seem to interrupt his personal life. He might just be crazy, which we'll get to. But there is a bit to go over. So he's leaving the internet. He left August 30th. He has not made a video since, I want to say 3 or 4 days ago, where he's basically saying the same thing here. You know, I was worried the internet might move on and forget about me. Then I saw there's been over 20,000 posts with over 10 million views on me in the past 3 days. By the way, Silksong is fire. And he's playing Silksong. And then he's out in nature. I think that's Mango. I shit you not, the dude cut my internet again. This is insane. No streams till it's fixed again. Holy shit. And then that's August 30th. So that's... I want to say that's after, but it's not certain because I think pins no longer show up in the timeline. Talking about Woowa. And then here's the more serious thing. Spoke to Mythic leadership today, and we all agreed that it's best if I step away from Mythic. So if you're not certain what Mythic is, which I don't blame you, it's a little bit confusing. Mythic is essentially Asmongold's second organization. Not the Epic Games launcher, Jesus. Mythic Talent. Here we go. Let's get that Twitter filter removed because we're not going to be seeing that anymore. The Mythic difference. What makes Mythic a thing? So essentially, it's just like a sponsorship platform ran by Asmongold's co-founder with Mythic. From what I understand, Asmongold and a friend... Oh, he's still on the Mythic page. I expected him not to be. They made 2 organizations. They made Mythic and they made OTK. So, Mythic is a much more general brand. And I believe they take like a very, very tiny, minuscule portion of sponsorships. And they have like everyone here. They have, I think, like their VTubers have like blown up a lot, but they have like a lot of people. Asmongold, some randos that nobody's heard of around here. Bunny IU. What the fuck? So I guess they... Okay. I think she's like an OnlyFans person. You have like all these other people on here. Maybe you'll find your there's extra Emily. So this isn't organized by popularity. Okay. Thought it would be. Anyway. And then Asmongold runs OTK while his friend runs Mythic. OTK being, I think, a much more tight-knit group of people, although honestly not too dissimilar anymore, since things have just changed over time and everybody's focusing on their own thing. Technically, they're all a part of the same organization. This does not really matter for what we're going to be talking about today. Let's watch his video.
What's up, guys? This is now my 3rd time trying to record this video. I think that goes to show just how fucked up I am, because I'm usually like a one-take guy.
I feel like OBS is fucking up.
It's been a couple days. I've been gone for about 5 days. Maybe you haven't even noticed. You probably haven't even noticed. If you see this video, it means I'm already gone. Title of the video. Techie, I thought you were dead. This video title scared the shit out of me.
I thought Tectone died.
You can never stop clickbaiting, man. That's the name of the fucking game.
And I did learn that Incision was way too fucking loud. So give it a moment for me to turn down the audio. and you'll have a game on screen.
Maybe some of you guys have noticed the stopping of YouTube uploads. Maybe some of you guys have noticed the stopping of YouTube streams and Twitch streams and even Twitter posts. But I've now been content creation free for a while now. And just to give the TLDR, there's going to be a pretty rambly video. So, I mean, maybe some of you guys will like it. Maybe some of you guys won't. But I'm going to be gone for a while, guys.
No, no, Tectone, he's going to be gone.
If any of you guys think it's because of me streaming or me being stressed because the YouTube's, you know, upload schedule, it's not. I love content creation. I do. It's just
but wait, I thought that's literally what you said in your tweet. I mean, the date is getting closer, but it's because you're getting angry, and that's causing you to lash out during your streams, no?
That I have a problem with, but if you're just here to know this, no, I'm not coming back yet. No, I'm not going to be back for a while. And yes, I do miss you because I love you.
Whoa.
No, I miss making content for you guys. I really do. And I will say, expect a couple YouTube uploads, maybe like one a week. I'll just be talking to you guys about whatever comes into my mind, maybe more. But I needed to get away for a while. I really did. In case you're wondering why. There are evil people.
I am very Oh, there's evil people. There are evil people.
On this earth that are currently making my life fucking miserable. Even more.
Whoa.
You guys know. It is deep.
No way.
Shit that I'm having to deal with right now. And a lot of it, and I'm not going to go into this too much, but there's a lot of very dangerous things happening in my life right now that I'm just trying to take care of and take care of the people around.
No fucking way, dude.
And, I'll probably talk about that later. But when I do come back, I'll post about it on Twitter. I'll post about it on YouTube. And just thank you guys for staying subscribed. And thank you guys for liking my videos. And I look forward to coming back to content creation for you guys. But once again, it's just not going to be for a while. So now with all that out of the way, hopefully I can feel better. Just getting some things off my chest for why I'm kind of going and, you know, kind of extrapolate on the previous things that I've been saying.
Okay, yeah, tell me.
I'm a guy where I've been doing this for nearly 7 years. 7 years coming up in December. And I always think that I'm okay.
It is kind of crazy that Tectone's managed to get 1 million subscribers in 7 years. Like, in recent terms. Just because I feel like it is, like, super difficult, especially now, to, like, get to grind that hard in 7 years and get that popular. That is kind of crazy.
I do. I'm not. And I know I'm not okay. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't happy. I was crashing out over things that didn't even bother me. I was saying things I didn't mean. Like, for example, I told another viewer to kill themselves. And I know that's no big deal, but I really just shouldn't be saying that shit. You know, I shouldn't be saying that shit. It's going to be a hard one to stop, but, like, I don't like when I let things come out of my mouth that I don't feel like I could have stopped. Yeah, I feel bad for that shit. I really do. But the problem in my life is that I'm a guy who lost a lot of shit.
You lost?
One evil person decided to lie.
Your dad.
And the internet ran with it. And now I'm being told, even more so, that I can't talk about anything. And I need to watch everything that I say. And I just can't operate underneath those. I can't operate like that. I can't. I'm a guy who tells you guys everything.
Does your lawyer tell you to shut up?
Likes breaking the distance that a lot of these people in this space who lie to you. I like letting you guys know on what's actually going on.
Oh wait, so is that okay? Like I've been like dramatically keeping it tight. I think Tectone's kind of crazy. I actually think Tectone's kind of a nutter. So is his lawyer telling him to shut the fuck up? Wow. Okay. So this is like very confusing, I think, for people who have no idea what the fuck is going on. And it just sounds like very dramatic. And I think Tectone is like unintentionally almost like a master of obfuscation. But he's also like sympathy farms a shit ton. So there have been a lot of people who have lied about Tectone in the past. Either for malicious reasons or whatever, but there's also a lot of people who tell the truth about Tectone and then he claims that they're lying. And there's also a lot of times where he lies or he just doesn't know what the fuck is going on and says something crazy. Like, with Destiny. I don't have the clip up. I probably should have prepared it, but I'm not sure where. Actually, can I find it real quick? There's a clip where Tectone says that he really likes Destiny. And that he thinks... Oh, he talked? What the fuck? He talked to Destiny for... How did I not know about this?
Okay, I heard a guy.
Worse than the other things,
Yes.
right? It'd be like very weird how I present that, and I didn't say anything wrong, right? Like, oh yeah, but there's 4 reasons why I didn't like this person, you know. When you talk about like the HRT stuff in kids, and people have
Okay, I don't want to. I'm not here for that. So Tectone talked very nicely about Destiny, and he talked about how Destiny was actually like really smart and nothing bad had ever happened. This is post the Pixie case. And he had no idea that the Pixie case happened, and then he shut up about it. And then I guess he went on a podcast with fucking Destiny. I had no idea. Or not a podcast, you know, but a stream with him. So he is not a person with, I would say, a high amount of wherewithal. And I don't think he's a person who intends to, just because he's just seems to lead a much more relaxed life in a lot of ways than somebody who would normally be terminally online is. But he is still terminally online, just not in the way that I think most people, or like people in kind of like my sphere, I guess, kind of not even sphere, but my purview, whatever, are. It's less about, oh, this guy did this guy did that, and you got to know about it and all the details so you don't like fuck something up and whatever else. No. With Tectone, it's much more, I'm going to download the newest gacha and play it for hours and spend like $10,000 on it so that I can have the girl or the guy that I want immediately. That's more Tectone speed. So, whenever, you know, you like, oh, he's terminally online, he doesn't actually know that much about the other people that you would normally think of when saying terminally online.
have a strong feeling about that.
Oh, wrong video.
And that's why a lot of people can't stand.
Oh, but the thing about him lying is that, like, there's a lot of stuff that he just never knew about, and that caused him to lie, like his stuff with his dad, or the stuff with Destiny, some stuff with Hassan. Like he lies about the German brothel thing. Was it German or Czech or whatever? And he just doesn't, like, it's lying by omission, but it seems it is like intentionally malicious. So it feels weird for him to say that.
Yes. And, you know, there's a lot of other reasons, too. I mean, I'm fucking loud, bald, weird looking. I don't want to say ugly. Well, I'm working on it, okay? I'm down 100 pounds, right? I'm really trying my best here. But, man, like, I haven't showered in, like, 2-3 days or some shit, bro. Fucking going full Grease Goblin right now, man. It's gross. Oh, I got a new tattoo, by the way. It's mango. With the
mango.
Frostmourne in his mouth. On the tombstone.
Does he even play World of Warcraft?
Galatians 4:16. That's my favorite Bible verse on there. There's a ref.
Let's look at that. I want to get that in high fucking detail. So he just has Galatians, the number written on there. Is that supposed to be Sif? Frostmourne? Why would you have Frostmourne on there?
Dark Souls 1. And I also got a nice bonfire.
World of Warcraft sucks. World of Warcraft hasn't been good since like 2006. That's another thing. Look, I'll be real. Tectone, after like watching him for a bit, because I watched him after Chud Logic covered him the first time, and I was like, oh, he's not like too bad. And then as I watched him more and more, he started coming across as progressively more and more crazy. And to me, I think Tectone comes across as kind of an insecure guy which makes sense, I think, considering his past, his actions, and everything else about him. So Tectone works out a lot because he's fat. Because he thinks that he's fat. He's not actually fat. I don't think he's fat. I think for a long time, he only got a girlfriend because he thought that's what was expected of him. Because he's been called, like, what is the 4chan thing? Kissless, hugless, sexless virgin or whatever. What the fuck? And I think he shaves his head because he is balding. He is prematurely balding. I'm not saying he hasn't had a stressful life or has no sources of like real insecurities, but he kind of wears it on his sleeve without telling people. And so, I don't know. I feel like his tattoos are shitty. Like, I feel like they're cringe, okay? I think tattoos are like actually very niche in looking good for the most part. And a big part of tattoos isn't even whether or not they look good. It's about the meaning behind them. And there are definitely cringe meanings in life, right? So like, why the fuck is Frostmourne on there? Because you liked World of Warcraft? I mean, I guess Mango being on there is like fine, but you just got the dog. It kind of feels like he's there just because he got Mango recently and he really likes the dog. The dog's only been with him for like a couple of months. So it just feels odd. And even then, look, I'll be real. I've had this theory for a while. I think he only got Mango to make content, and then it turns out that he actually really likes the dog. That's my opinion. This is way too dark. I can't see shit. Oh, God. So, whenever he gets a tattoo of that, it kind of comes across as a bit cringe in it. So, to add insult to injury, I guess, portraying him as Sif, like, sure, it looks cool, but tattoos aren't meant to, like... I mean, they're kind of meant to look cool, but they're usually meant to symbolize something. So what does it being Sif mean to you? That Mango sacrificed something? Yeah, right. Dude, it's a dog. It's a dog that's, like, not even a year old, I think. Or maybe, like, just over a year old. It's like, oh, I really like the dog, and I think it's... I think he looks cool, so I made it look like Sif from Dark Souls. That's kind of cringe, isn't it? Oh, God. So, besides that, I think he has a Guts tattoo because he thinks that he's literally Guts because he has, like, to deal with a lot of bullshit in his life. Which is, like, I don't know. Comparing yourself to Guts is kind of crazy, for real, for real. Like, anybody comparing themselves to Guts is, like, very odd, I think.
Probably getting a collarbone tattoo and getting all this arm sleeved up. Getting the American flag pretty soon with a little bit more than the American flag, but I'm very excited about that. But yeah, the problem with my life currently is that I don't get any time to feel okay. I don't get any time to relax and say, I'm good, I can chill for the day. And what do I mean by that? My problem is so much of my life has been taken away from me by a lie that I don't get to go to sleep and think, oh, well, I didn't do anything bad today, so I'm all good. You know, back in the day, it was like, oh, man, I fucked up. I know they're going to clip that, and that's going to be on this Reddit. That's going to be on that Twitter. That's going to be on that fucking forum. They're going to fucking rip into me. And that's comforting, because then knowing if I don't do anything fucked up, then I'm fine. The problem is that because I'm now in a position where there's this massive lie told about me.
What's the lie?
I never get to rest, ever. I wake up every morning in the middle of the night just wondering, Did they lie again? Did someone else lie? What false narrative is the public going to believe about me?
So this is another thing. I think Tectone is kind of a master of sympathy farming. Because I don't think any of this makes any sense. What lie are people telling about you? What does that mean to you? That people are lying? Because there are, I think, like, a lot of lies told about Tectone. Because he's a public figure that people don't generally like. He associates with other people that people don't generally like Asmongold and Destiny. And I think that's kind of making it worse on himself. So he might just be dumb, sure, but he's like publicly associating with a lot of people who people don't like. And it's like, well, what even is the lie? Because there are multiple explanations for anything, really. I don't want to spoil it because it's like an important part of the next video we're going to watch. But like, there are a lot of lies told about Tectone, or that he says are lies. And so it's kind of hard to be like, is it this? Is it that? So him not coming across as clear here is just super weird.
And it's annoying as shit. Like, once again, I love YouTube, I love Twitch, but the culture of the internet is fucking terrible. Where good people have to worry about being considered a horrific person due to things they've never even done. It's crazy. Now, I will say, that chapter is coming to a close soon. And I promise you guys, when I get to close this chapter, this year, by the way, I'm gonna make some fucking banging ass content. I'm not gonna lie. The content is gonna be fucking fire. React slop for the piggies. Let's go.
So true.
Hey, that person's video, that's mine now. Yes, sir. React slop. But no, I actually got some cool events planned.
So like something like this makes it like one of the things that's like, is he really that worried, or is this like another part of the facade of him being insecure? Is this just another part where he's like, he is actually worried, but he feels like he has to put on a facade of like being very confident about what's up next for his channel? And I get it. I think there are like a lot of unnecessary worries that YouTube puts upon people. I think YouTube kind of makes people go crazy in a lot of ways. Because there is like so much shit that you have to worry about. You have to worry about getting pulled out of the algorithm if it's like your career. You have to worry about making the right type of content so the algorithm doesn't like think you're doing something different than you actually are. There's like a lot of things you have to worry about, from what I'm told. I'm also not entirely certain that that's true, because I actually theorize that maybe people lie about that to get sympathy points, but it's whatever. So besides that, I think like, what does he have to worry about? He just got a dog. He has a girlfriend, I think. And it's just like, okay, well, what's next, techie? What's good on you? What's happening?
I got so many future plans. It's like, I know I'm gonna close this fucking chapter of my life and move forward. I'm looking forward to that shit so much, but it's been a fucking pain, bro. It's been a pain. There's so many bad people out there. It's actually wild. And that's something that I guess I can just talk about. Guys, I'm so fucking bitter. I'm just old and fucking bitter. I thought about making a podcast called the Old and Bitter Podcast, bro. I hate these fucking people in this space. I do. I do. I'm so disgusted with these people that I don't even want to put myself in a situation where I might even see them. Guys, I'm sorry.
I don't, again, who is he even talking about?
They do.
Fraudulent motherfuckers. Fraudulent.
It's so bad. It's
As if
so
that doesn't
bad.
describe the people he's like, well, not Asmongold. I think Asmongold says what he believes in. He's just like, pussy ass libs. Dude, you talk to Destiny. Unless he like went to hating Destiny in like the last like 2.5 weeks from this video being made to him talking to Destiny, what the fuck happened? He's a lib.
California.
From California. Well, he's from like Nebraska or something.
Ruined this fucking town, bro. I mean, as a guy who lived in Austin, like back.
Oh, now he's just complaining about
2012,
Austin?
2011,
Okay.
Maybe 2013, one of those years. It's so different now. It is. It's so different. Like, people will drop you like that because loyalty doesn't exist in this space. Oh, you're a slight inconvenience to my content or my brand. Drop you like a fucking dime. Immediately.
Like who?
It is pathetic.
Who just dropped
people
him?
Are so fucking weak.
This is one of the other things is like now, if somebody has like more context and they really like Tectone, they could probably be led down to thinking something incorrectly. Like, oh, he left Mythic. So is he talking about Mythic? He's being so unclear here that I think it makes people like, it makes it extremely available for just wandering conclusions.
It's like, bro, if I was a streamer right now, and I'm going to make a whole video on this, by the way. I'm going to make a whole video on the journey of being a viewer to a content creator. Man, if I was a CC right now, I wouldn't want to talk to anybody. Straight up, I would not talk to anybody. These people are so fucking fake. It's unfucking believable. And that's my problem, is that I've become so disgusted with other content creators. I've become so disgusted with the culture on Twitter.
I just have like no idea who he's talking about. Because it sounds as if he's had a friend who like disparaged him or broke up with him. And there's like no idea what he's talking about. Because then he's alluding to the culture on Twitch, but he's not really friends with anybody. What? He's not really friends with anybody that is like a major Twitch guy besides, I guess, kind of sort of Asmongold. The only other person I can think of would be, like, he's talking about general Twitch culture, right? So that could be Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker, I'm coming to kill you. And that's it. So it's like super difficult to discern like anything with Tectone about what he's talking about right now.
Twitter. With this whole town that I don't even want to partake in this shit. When I get back, and I will be back, not for a while, and I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. The group I'm going to be chilling with, the content that I make, the way that I carry myself is going to be way different. I am a bitter man. And you want to know why I'm so bitter? Because the more you get informed in this world, the more you realize how disgusting this world is. I want everybody to know I'm not taking this break so I can be happy again. Absolutely not. I mean,
Wait, why not
I want to
then?
enjoy my life. I'm very happy when I hang out with my dog, my cats, my beautiful ass girlfriend, which one day I plan on making my wife. Absolutely. But man, I see all these people now who are living in this augmented version of reality, and I feel pity for them.
Is that not you
I feel
either?
sorrow for them, because I know everything that they're living in can disappear like that. It's so fucking fake. It's insane. The sad realization is there's so little good people on this earth. It's surprising. There's a lot of okay people that will make you think that they're great people. But I've said this once, and I'll say this
I love
more.
the I love the background noise.
Your friends in elementary school are gone in middle school. Your friends in middle school are gone in high school. Your friends in high school are gone in college. Your friends in college are gone once you get a job. Your friends in your job are gone once you leave that job. True friends are so rare. It's insane.
Wow, dude, this comes across as somebody who just like hasn't lived before, which might be the case. But like, your friends like kind of come and go. That's just life. You have to kind of deal, you know? I guess in a way I'm lucky that I've managed to maintain my friends all the way from high school, but I definitely haven't from college. And I know that that means that they haven't really maintained friendships with me either. That's just like the way things, that's just the natural order almost. Or it's like, yeah, sure, I guess that kind of sucks, but I don't think you can expect somebody to stay your friend forever.
And the worst thing is, the biggest mistake.
All my friends are acquaintances. All my friends are not my real friends, and nobody's ever above an acquaintance to me, and that's so sad. Have you made the effort? Fucking like, he's the guy. Jesus. He's the guy who, like, all those self-help books are made for about finding friends. What is it? It's is it Dale Carnegie? How to Win Friends and Influence People? Dude, just read that book. And that'll help you like make more firm acquaintanceships, I guess. And then you just like invite those people over like constantly. And that's how you make friends. But I guess as you can already tell, Tectone, this is what partially makes it feel like sympathy farming, but he also could just be dumb, is that he's not going out to make friends. He's not going out anywhere. And maybe the person who he was moving in with, maybe that's what it is. Because there's one person that Tectone has talked about for the last few months about moving in with him and how he's helped out a bunch. Maybe that person just stabbed him in the back. I don't know. But is that guy not your friend? I feel like you just help people and then you like constantly bother them. But you also, I feel like another way to make friends, as cynical as this is, you can just make like a cynical transaction of recurring meetings. Like a Japanese businessman. You know? Like, if you want to hang out with somebody, because he's like, oh, I don't know, he hasn't even mentioned it, but there's like a stream where he's like, I helped all these people go from Twitch to Kick, and they're so appreciative. Well, make friends with one of those people. And again, this could just be sympathy farming, because it feels like he has easy access to people with way too much time on their hands, and in the Austin area, too, that he could totally help out. Or that would want to hang out with him.
I've ever made in my life was that I was too loyal. Guys, you know, if you've watched my content for any amount of time, I have every single person's back who I hold dear, no matter what, without even them having to ask me. I don't know how many videos of mine.
This is this is part of the call of shame thing, but it's very much like, we know you have said that in the past over and over again, but we have not like seen that happen, because also I think that's like a really weird thing to film too, to be completely fair, to be a completely true and honest.
You've had to watch to know this, but you know, if you've watched more than 3 videos, that if one of my friends comes in heat, I'm there for them no matter what. No matter what. And those same people will not have my back. Well, some of them will. Very rare. Very, very, very rare. Very rare. But you guys know the guys who do have my back. And by the way, to you content creators who've been speaking kindly about me.
So wait, so you do have friends? I thought this whole thing was about how you don't have friends.
I don't want to mention you specifically by name, but just know I saw the clips. I appreciate you guys so much, and thank you for at least having having my back online. It's very rare these days. It is very rare.
I don't even know who he's talking about. Is it because this is one of the other things that makes me think, and we'll get to this in a bit too. I think it'll come up even later in this video. I'm actually not sure Tectone was voluntarily left Mythic. I think he might have been fired or like removed permanently. I'm not even sure why, because Mythic seems extremely hands-off. But I think it might be because he like repeatedly invokes Asmongold's name while not like doing anything, and also driving a lot more like controversy to the company with his like anti-Hassan crusade.
I'm taking a lot of this time off to really get my head straight and really just try to remember, why am I doing this? What's the goal? What do I want to be? Where do I want to go? What do I want to show you guys? I'm trying to enjoy my life as a human, and I really think I am. I'm actually playing video games and I'm having fun with them. That's very rare, right? I'm playing Fallout 4. I'm having a fucking blast.
Again, this just seems so schizophrenic. Also, playing Fallout 4, ew. This is one of the things that just seems so schizophrenic and like weird. It's like, oh, so you're complaining about not having friends, so the first thing you do is you go and play a single player RPG rather than like, I don't know, an MMO, or like going outside to a coffee shop and berating the people that pass you. Like, dude, just do that. Or like, here's another way to make friends, I think, in the content creator sphere. You interview somebody and then you just like ask to hang out with them. I feel like that's like an easy way to make friends with somebody. I'm sure some people would want to and some people wouldn't. I don't think that would be like a crazy thing to do.
Brotherhood of Steel. And Preston Garvey says, another settlement needs your help.
Oh, so relatable and funny.
And I'm running around with dog meat. I got the mod where I made him a golden retriever.
Cool.
And, you know, I like to imagine that he's Mango, I'm me, and
this is literally so like 2015 Reddit coded.
the towns, and we save the settlements, and we build up structures, and I'm having a lot of fun. So I'm literally attached by the hip with my girlfriend nonstop, and all my kitties and my dog. And I hit
all my kitties and my doggies.
Fucking sick. I'm owning in the gym right now. I think I can get 315, and if I can, I'll make sure to post about that on Twitter. But man, I miss content creation. I really do. I had one of my friends call me, talk to me, and
this video feels so unnecessary because it's just like, I feel like you're literally just opening yourself up to like criticism or like insults, because it's like, why are you making this video? So you're stressed out from something that you can't talk about, I guess, and you want to talk about it but you can't online, and you're worried that you'll say something you can't. So you're taking the time off, and so then you go out of your way to make a video talking about, like, you're stressed out and you feel like you don't have any friends. Like, I don't know, dude. This is weird.
they cried, begging me to take a break because they knew how fucked up I was. Because, guys, I'll just be dead ass, man. Like, a lot of the people who have to deal with what I'm dealing with right now, a lot of them are deeply traumatized for forever. A lot of them also kill themselves.
Whoa, what?
Stuff like that.
What the fuck?
I want to be okay. I want to be here, and I'll just listen, you know?
So is this like him soft implying he's gonna fucking do it?
But I feel good. I do. Well, as good as I can feel. Like, okay, you know what's crazy? Maybe I can put this into words. I'm fucked up. I know I'm fucked up, but I'm okay with that, and I know I'm working through it, so I know I'm going to be okay. Does that make sense? Right? I know that I am deeply fucked up, but I've always been fucked up, so I'm okay with that. And I'll get through this like I always get through this. But things are a lot worse than you guys know behind the scenes with some of the people that I'm dealing with. More than you guys know, actually. More than you guys know. And, you know, I'm trying to take care of.
So he's definitely got a court case. I did try to look this up. So basically, okay. There's a video that'll cover it in more detail afterwards, but I think he's getting sued for defamation or like some civil court for abuse against his ex-girlfriends. And that might be what he's talking about. He might be talking about how that's like affecting him in his personal life. But He also might not be because he's being so vague and he used to talk about that a lot. So it's super hard to determine what he's even fucking talking about.
It does feel very therapeutic to be able to talk to you guys again. I'm actually really looking forward to reading the comments.
You're just talking at us.
I can't tell you how much this sucks for me, man. I think you guys know this, but I'm a very consistent content creator. You know, I don't really go away too often. This really is like my first real time taking any big amount of time off. Now, I don't know how long it'll be, either a week, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, a year. There's no way it's going to be a year. Jesus, that would be awful if it was a year. But I'll keep you guys updated with all that shit. Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know. There's probably other things I could talk about in this video, but
I feel like he's barely said
trying to make
anything
sure
of
that I'm all
actual
good.
substance.
Taking some time off for the first time in a while. Dealing with a lot of things behind the scenes that fucking suck ass.
Okay.
You know. I'll talk more about it later. But just know that I really miss you guys. I do.
Whoa, I miss you too, Tectone. I miss you so much,
hope
Techie.
Get to get back to doing this pretty soon. And I would like to let you guys know, for anybody worried about me, don't be. And I promise you guys, I am not going to let any of you guys down. And the story I get to tell you guys when I'm back, or maybe a little bit after I'm back, is going to make a lot of sense when I can say the things that I want to say.
Okay.
And it's a very important story I need to tell.
Whoa. You tell it, Tectone. You go, girl.
Let me tell how deeply conflicted I am in my own mind right now.
Jesus
And I can
Christ.
tell I'm at a very big pivot point, or a very big, like, the moment I am in my life right now is very important to who I'm going to be for the rest of my life. And I really have to take the time to make sure that that person is someone who I'm proud of and someone who I'm going to enjoy being the rest of my life. So I hope you guys understand why I'm not here right now. I look forward to being back when I am back. And to all you guys typing my name in other content creators chats, I've been sent the clips and it's very cute, and I really appreciate you guys, and I do miss you guys quite a lot. I've said that a lot. I do. I don't like taking this time off. It fucking sucks. But it's what's best for me.
Okay.
And so many people have told me that I need to do this, so I'm going to do it. But it feels like I'm in fucking timeout in my fucking room right now. Jesus, these fucking birds! Holy fuck! Anyways, this for the 1,000th time, but miss you guys. Hope to get back to content creation pretty soon. Probably not going to be able to. I'll upload a couple videos every now and then on this channel, kind of in this format. A bit more structured next time I talk. And
Well, I certainly hope so. This was kind of a
you guys are
mess.
doing all right. And there's one thing I can just ask for any of you guys who are still here. Just don't forget about me, okay?
I'll never forget about you, Techie.
Bye, guys.
Okay. So, yeah, he's basically on an indefinite break, probably because of his court case. So, there's been somebody who has covered Tectone for, I think, about the last 4 or so months. I think they've done an amazing job overall of covering Tectone, being fair and balanced. So let's watch that guy. This guy is called Shamu. That's Destiny. This guy is called Shamu. And about 3.5 months ago-ish, he made a video called Twitch's Most Abusive Liar.
Hit like on the video as it helps the channel and the algorithm. If you want to support more content like this, you can do so at patreon.com/Shamu411. If you have Cash App, you can donate at $Shamu411. Also, channel memberships and super chats are enabled. Tectone, a streamer with close to 1 million subscribers on both YouTube and Twitch, has spent the past year embroiled in a assault scandal with his ex-girlfriend, and while facing these serious allegations, it was discovered that his father, who he had brought on streams and podcasts, was one of the most...
I didn't even cover this, I don't think. Yeah, Tectone brought his dad onto his fucking YouTube channel multiple times. And he was like a renowned, like, I don't think he actually got the title of sex offender due to like something to like get the court case done quicker or like better in some way. And people are telling him that and for like months, I think maybe a year, and he just didn't fucking like acknowledge it until his son started talking about it, and then he like freaked out.
In U.S. military history. The absurdity of the situation piqued my interest, and after putting together a timeline of events and testimony, what I found was a man willing to lie, deceive, and manipulate those around him. Sourcing court documents I found, I believe this video will offer an exclusive look into what has really been going on with Tectone, and it is not good. Is he guilty? Well, by the end of the video, you will at least have some clarity as to how we got here, but you know what they say, like father, like son.
I don't know what happens, bro. Just bad follows me like the plague. You take my trash out?
Yes.
And why are you doing that?
It's the piano version of Keep on Me, Stay on Me.
He makes the money.
No, it's because you're a...
Responsible human being.
That's like saying you're gonna make but not have the money shot. It ain't if there ain't a money shot. She looks real submissive and looks like
There's a
in the
better
words
to
of
be
Halsey,
safe
I
than
can
sorry.
pound.
She was going to do something much worse.
Take
So bad it
on
would have ruined all of our
me.
lives. I'm not going to say what it was that she was
Yo.
doing, but it was so horrific it would
Me
have ruined all of our lives.
on.
Girls don't like crazy guys.
It's like abusive guys.
Well, here's
It will not be
Whoa.
the hottest thing ever when a thick female has a in their mouth. Am I gonna get canceled over this?
Jesus.
No. You want to know why? Because I don't have secrets.
Tectone as a streamer is best known for playing and promoting gacha games like Genshin Impact.
So this is something that is like super manipulative. He says that all the time. He says I don't keep secrets to his viewers all the fucking time. And yet it seems like every time there's a secret that he ought to have known about, rather than like even acknowledging it, instead he'll act like he's hearing it for the first time. It's literally the fucking Trump meme. You're telling me this? No, I haven't heard that. I heard you telling me for the first time.
Impact, which from what I can tell is essentially like gambling for children, as these sorts of companies generate revenue from users gambling on pulls to get an endless supply of sought after characters and items.
We get a new 5-star. We gonna get it 100%. You want to know why? Because
It is, yeah, gacha is basically gambling for children. Although, a lot of them are more, it's hard to say that now, actually, because most of them are actually oriented towards kids, but a lot of them used to be oriented towards adults.
Because I'm supposed to. Because I'm supposed to. And you want to know how I know? Because chat, right now, if you follow my stream and you're new here, you get 3 free polls in Honkai Star Rail. That's the crazy thing. Here we go. We have 8 more to go, baby. 2. Ah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Please, please, Clara. Clara, Bronya Welch. Clara, Bronya Welch. Clara, Bronya Welch. Please. Please. Let's go. Oh my God! Oh, we did it, dude!
Maybe, wait, I just had a thought.
Kidding you? I almost passed.
Maybe the reason Tectone is so good at being performative is because he has to like get hype for like bad characters in gacha. He just pulled fucking Bronya, and Bronya's like, I think she was the meta support character for a while, but you would never have even known that until like a week later at least, because I think he pulled her day 1 because he just like got sponsored and spent a shitload of money.
Passed out on the ground. I'm not kidding you. I almost passed out on the ground. My blood pressure was so high. I swear on my life. I picked.
Also, you might be wondering why it's playing Red Sun over China. It's because most of these gacha games are Chinese. A lot of them are Japanese, and a lot of them are owned by the Japanese but ran by the Chinese, or like art and mechanics are developed in China.
Pinky promise. I was about to pass out. This feeling, free to play Bronya.
Even Tectone, the one promoting these games, doesn't seem to be immune from spending large sums of
Wait,
money
he dolphined
on exploitive
Bronya?
Chinese crap. Yes, my 2 favorite Chinese imports, Genshin Impact and Fentanyl. We
So
love China.
true.
higher,
350?
higher,
400.
higher,
500?
a little bit higher.
Wait,
550.
on just Genshin?
Yeah, I spent $500,000 on Genshin Impact.
Whoa. That sounds crazy, but he's also getting sponsorships all the fucking time for Genshin Impact. Well, he used to be. I don't know if he is anymore. But not only that, but his chat is paying for like the largest portion of it. So it's kind of hard to like even judge like, oh, he spent $500,000 on Genshin Impact. That's fucking crazy. When it's like, well, Wasn't really even his money that he spent.
Tectone joined OTK, or the One True King streaming organization, on November 21st, 2021, with streamers such as Osmongold,
Osmongold.
and later Emiru. Interestingly, OTK has had several different scandals in the same realm as Tectone's. One of the co-owners was accused of SA, and the other co-owner, Miskiff, was accused of covering up an assault. Tectone is also one of the biggest Osmongold worshippers online. He basically thinks the guy walks on water anytime he comes up.
The reason
This is pretty true. I'd say the only thing is that it's a social media sphere. Asmongold is, I think, technically his boss. So I wouldn't be surprised if it... Well, I would actually be very surprised with how much dick-sucking Tectone does of Asmongold. That he doesn't treat it that way. But I can see why he would. But it also doesn't seem like anybody else in Mythic or OTK does suck off Asmongold as hard as Tectone does.
why I started being a streamer was because of Asmon. Asmon has been and always will be my favorite streamer. The dude's funny, the guy's charismatic, and he made me feel better about my life.
Tectone would eventually host the Steak and Eggs podcast with Osmongold.
We won't get to it, but Asmongold has actually been like such a fucking idiot, especially with the Call of Shame and Riley CS stuff. He's just been like a total dope whenever it comes to it.
And Emiru. Before we can get to the absurdities of epigenetic, we need to go back to August of 2022 when Tectone's then wife Freem left him.
You've been losing weight. Do I look different than when I first started Camp Canoe?
Yeah.
Because I'm bald.
Because your face.
Abusive relationship.
That's why I'm leaving.
Okay, I don't like this joke anymore. I don't like this joke. Frig, I'll give you a hug.
From the body language of Freem, it really looks like she does not want him hugging her.
Thank you for helping me today. I appreciate that. I have a hug back. The pat on the back feels very father-son-ish. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Earlier, Tectone would explain to his stream that
Father
he had been hurting his
son-ish.
wife for a very long time, with pretty poor explanations, all while Freem was packing her things to leave him.
I want to get this announcement out of the way beforehand. I've heard that I have been hurting someone. I've been hurting someone that I care a lot about. Sometimes, Chad, caring too much is not good. It's really not. Sometimes you can mean well, but still cause, I guess, overbearingness to the people who you care about. Because we've been together since we were so young, we formed a very bad codependency for one another. Sometimes when Frame isn't in the house, I can't function as a human being at all. I just can't do it.
What the fuck?
Because it got to a point where I didn't really know the difference of who I was and who Freem was. And when Freem wasn't around me, I didn't feel like a complete human being.
What the
During
fuck?
that process, I hurt my wife because she was overworked. And y'all know that. It's even a meme. It's even a meme.
That's fucking crazy. So he like, I think Freem also worked as, I don't know, his editor, I guess? But it's like super odd to say it like that, because whenever I think about that, I feel like somebody who feels like trapped in their partner's hobbies. Like there's somebody who's like, okay. There's someone who like absorbs all of their partner's hobbies and then feels like they have like no character of their own, and then they like lose the confidence that they would have had if they had like been a bit more unique. Oh.
Me yelling Frame. Frame! Sprinting over here. And so I've been hurting Frame for a very long time. I stopped seeing her as a different person. I saw her as myself. And I asked her to do too much. I asked her to help me too much. And Frame was also hurting me in a way where she wouldn't communicate with me because she was afraid due to her past relationships. But what I realized is a little bit too late, is that Freem is not me. And just because I'm okay with creating content 24/7 does not mean that my wife would be okay with that. I thought you were getting divorced? Same.
They would
Wait,
divorce
so
him
they
4 months
oh.
later. He filed for it, and Tectone started a relationship with Twitch.
That is an amazing fucking cut. I love that actually.
An OnlyFans model, Pink Chew.
But yeah, Ping is one of the best people I've ever met. She's never done anything wrong. A amazing human being.
People would continue to question if Tectone was abusive and what was really going on when clips started to resurface online.
How do I deal with them? I love him.
Don't touch me.
I'm patient.
No, you're not. You're like the most impatient, moody I've ever met.
I'm patient when it comes to you.
Freem, I carry our marriage, and you know that.
Jesus, no, she like just in this clip, because maybe it's like crazier behind the scenes, but like, oh my god.
Freem, you know that.
This is one of the things. Tectone cannot escape this clip. Because he looks so terrible here. Because this is just like him in real. He like forgets he's being live streamed or clipped or something.
We have a pretty 50-50 marriage.
You're high.
Tectone gives the game away in this clip for being a wholly unlikable tool and a What's more shocking, though, is that he has the lack of self-awareness to do this with his then wife on a live stream.
Yeah.
You're high. I'm not saying you
Did
don't.
one of them just rip ass?
50-50? Explain.
I mean, okay.
I would unironically say I'm probably one of the best husbands on planet Earth.
You're a very good husband.
No. I wouldn't say very good. I would say one of the best.
I'm just saying, like, you carry in social aspects, I carry in the back end tech stuff. And I feel like together we make a good team.
But marriage, dude, I am the conflict resolution god.
Yeah, you are.
100%.
Oh.
No, 100% you are.
I am the greatest shoulder to cry on. I am the greatest consoler. I'm understanding
Jesus.
everything. The romantic shit I do is crazy. Like, are you...
Oh,
I'm
Incision crashed.
Freem, you know beyond a shadow of a...
I kind of want that to get updated before I keep playing
I never
it.
said that you weren't.
But you never said that I was.
Okay, you are an incredible husband.
How accommodating I've been is insane.
He's really channeling that inner narcissistic sassy gay man to tell his then wife that she isn't worth anything.
He kind of is. He's got like the hand motions, and they're not even like strong hand motions. He's like pressing his fingers to his chest, but not his hand.
How accommodating I've been is insane. Why are you not saying anything?
I'm saying, mm-hmm. Yes, I agree. Uh-huh. Of course.
So for like marriages and emotions and understanding and communication,
Also, this is not a conversation to be having while driving in Texas.
I would say I do about 90% of that.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. The majority of marriage is communication.
Yes. I give you your space, you give me my space. We mutually love each other. We mutually are happy with each other.
So that seems like she's contradicting the thing that he said about how they were just like becoming too similar and he was overtaking her life, because she's like, we have our personal space, we're pretty good.
Still each other's best friends, I hope, right?
That's a lot of assuming happening
Okay,
right now.
come on. Oh, shit.
It's a lot of assuming.
When this car clip resurfaced online, Tectone went to sweep it up directly. But specifically what I find interesting is he says, quote, "We pretty much had to get a divorce to save our friendship, which worked, and was definitely for the better. You may not realize it yet, but this is just an outright manipulative lie by Tectone, something I will explain in more depth shortly."
Yeah, divorce
Tectone
to
would
say.
further present
Actually,
this
let's
narrative-
read that. Let's read that. Full context of clip. Our marriage was good for 8 years, but bad for the last 2. It was getting to the point where we both resented each other. Content creating took a toll on both of our mentals and changed who we were a lot. We pretty much had a divorce to save our friendship, which worked and was definitely for the better. I don't want to get into too much more if you've seen our twit longers, you've already heard it, but man, moving forward, this marriage is hard to save when it's on the internet. I regret a lot of things, and seeing this makes me feel like shit, which I deserve. No excuses.
Right, manipulative lie by Tectone,
Cool.
something I will
That's
explain
bad.
in more depth shortly. Tectone would further present this narrative that everything was all good on stream.
Also, you gotta understand, like, Frame doesn't like when people paint me as a fucking villain, right? Because it kind of just like decredits our entire fucking marriage, right? Like a couple of bad moments doesn't ruin 10
One sec, I got a cough. You were lucky to not have heard that. That was bad.
years, you know what I mean? I just really want Freem to be able to get out of the public eye. That's all I want. Oh, and please, God, nobody clip this, please. It's just very hard for me to talk about Freem because she was my wife for a very long time, and I don't like remembering how ugly the end of our marriage got. My life.
I thought I thought he was gonna say I don't want to think about how ugly she was. Or what was that ding? Is that light counter?
Very long time, and it's just very hard for me to talk about Freem.
Noted. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, I'm fucking hungry.
For a very long time, and I don't like remembering how ugly the end of our marriage got. My life's going in a great direction, and that's the only reason why it hurts. And that's the only reason why it's scary. Am I gonna get canceled over this? No. You wanna know why? Because I don't have secrets. The last 2 years were really rough. It was really rough. Now the shit that I would do with Freem, the icky shit I would do with Freem, that wasn't good, right? I'm probably gonna delete this VOD after this stream. But holy dude, my friends can't even react to me without it being a hate thread. It's crazy.
Whoa.
It's crazy. Sorry.
After a back and forth on Twitter about
See, that's another thing. Tectone definitely seemed to like actually have real fake lash outs before. And it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. It feels like whenever he's lashing out, it's always as like a character. Whereas that one, the character was like himself. So he may not have like he may have like upped the energy, but he was still like genuinely angry about that. And now it feels like there is no genuineness almost. And unless you take it almost as like a Commedia dell'arte or like Persona thing where everything is like a game or like a stage for Tectone. In the sense of like he doesn't care whenever somebody's like being pissy or insulting him online. And then he's just like, fuck you, Lamau, and then like gets money for it because he does. But maybe he does genuinely take it. I don't know.
Freem being free from Tectone occurred, Freem would clarify the situation with, quote, "Since some think this is playful banter, it's not. We are not on good terms, by the way. But this is between me, him, and our lawyers. Sorry for not wanting to talk about my personal life online. Some things just shouldn't be used for content." Discord DMs were sent to Tectone and Pink of Freem posting screenshots of a bra being purchased on Amazon from Tectone's account, well prior to his divorce, and then Pichu wearing it at a later date. Freem also still had access to the security cameras and posted pictures of Pinkchu coming in and out of Tectone's house. This was on a date where Freem was supposed to be with Tectone for Christmas. Because of these new posts, Tectone and his new girlfriend would strike back at Freem viciously. Before we get into the nuclear response Pink and Tectone made, I want to jump ahead and let everyone know that Pink has since stated that she was used as a pawn by Tectone to attack his ex-wife, Freem, that he convinced her and told her to do everything that's about to happen. Regardless of the merit of these claims, you cannot convince me that Tectone was not aware of what his current girlfriend was about to levy at his ex-wife. Keep this in mind for what's about to come next. Tectone's current girlfriend, Pink, would post the Discord DMs of Freem and respond.
Wait, current girlfriend? I thought... Oh, current as in, like, the timeline, not as in now. Okay. Yeah, that's Pinky Chew.
With quote, "This woman is a criminal and has caused me so much anxiety and distress last year, I needed to take a break. She spied on me with cameras, even private moments, and shared it with my colleagues and friends illegally. Without knowing her, she spread rumors about me, tried to ruin my career and friendships. I didn't go to the police in fear of what she would do because she is completely obsessed with me and is unhinged." Freem would respond to Pink with, quote, "Have your lawyers reach out to mine." Tex had their info for months. Pink would then start a live stream attacking Freem and announcing she had gone to the police to press charges on Freem for revenge. What you're about to see was all planned, and Tectone would actually raid Pink's stream prior to her starting.
Tectone's ex-wife has been stalking.
So he's like actively trying to like... Let's see what she says. Oh, he said Shamu's censoring her breast.
Harassing me and Tectone for over a year now. She has not left us alone. She has stalked bank statements, internet history, was spying on me when I came to visit Techie because I guess she originally was spying on Techie, and spread revenge of footage that is considered revenge to people from the cameras as well. I have gone to the police. Here is a police report. I try to clear up as much as I can. I have a police report. The cops are doing their thing.
Is this even real? The dates kind of line up. I wonder if it's probably censored by her, right? Victim. Unlawful electronic transmission of explicit visual material. Okay. I don't live in Texas, so I don't know, but I wonder what happened. If this was like an internet defaming, or she actually went out of her way to go to the police.
I'm not going to get into the specifics about the revenge. And yes, her spreading revenge is sexual harassment if she doesn't want to believe it. I thought she was going to make the video that she took of me public. So I called her out. That was the first thing, because I was scared she was going to start a public narrative against me. She has ruined Tectone's image.
Are you starting to notice some things? Pink later said that there was no revenge. So who was telling her that there was? She also tries to run narrative for Tectone. She even brings up the divorce court papers, which I would presume came from him.
The reason why on Christmas Tectone canceled plans with Freem is because I was a new friend to Tectone. Tectone had talked to me about the mental abuse he went through with her. He confided in me all the abuse he was dealing with, the cheating, and how hurt he was. And I told him, I don't feel comfortable meeting her. I don't want to know this person. I feel very uncomfortable. I think you should maybe take a step back and maybe get some help and think about, what has happened, because I felt bad. Like, he still had empathy for her, even after getting cheated on, even after a lot of stuff she did to him.
Remember that the ex-wife
Okay.
Freeman said virtually nothing in this publicly, and the things being shown are DMs that somebody else leaked to Peak and Tectone. All of a sudden now Freem is an abuser and a revenge.
Let me also just
Yeah,
remind
that
people I've
seems
never met
odd.
Freem. I've never met her once in my life. I hope I never have to, okay? And that's why it's scary, because it's like this
This is
scary
funny because
unknown.
I want to say this is actually something that was not heavily covered by the drama community. Maybe fucking Keemstar did. I don't know. But I will think of like the people I watch: Chud, Turkey Tom, Nick DiOrio. I think they never covered this. I wonder if it's just like too minor or too real sounding to deal with it. I don't know.
And I have to just deal with it. And I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not
Or just like not enough information at all to even fucking work with it.
gonna like sit around and just let somebody try to destroy my life. She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives. I'm not gonna say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
And the reason why Tectone went nuclear? Because his ex-wife Freem was about to make her alleged and abuse she went through from her husband Tectone public. Tectone has denied this for years, that this was even happening, by the way. But what people aren't aware of is that legal documentation between Pink and Freem clearly states, quote, the dispute between Freem and Tectone relates to a serious and false allegation against Tectone. During that call, Tectone and Pinkchu learned that Freem had a Google Doc and she was planning to release it to the public.
Google
We'll get into
Docky.
further detail later, but it's important to realize that the attacks Pink made prior is a direct response to Tectone finding out through Pink that Freem was going to go public with the alleged abuse she went through with Tectone. I reached out to Tectone to get his side of the
Whoa.
story in any context I could. At first he said he was happy to answer any questions until he realized how meticulously I had gone through everything. I asked him what the allegations were that Pink mentioned were going to ruin all of their lives, not letting him know I already had the court documents proving what they were. And he lied to me. He said, quote, no allegations were going to be made against me. This was between her and another woman. Provably a lie.
Yeah, that is such a lie, dude. I think, I mean, that's what this entire video is implying, but I seriously think Tectone is just like pretty manipulative. I think he's kind of a liar. He's a sympathy farmer. He's like there. I should not be this tired. I really shouldn't be this tired. I'll pop a Zen if I can find it. But it's crazy that this even goes into like an actual court case. And that it's just provably false, I guess. And that he would lie like this blatantly whenever the information is like freely accessible.
It was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
Freem would respond to all this with, I'm well aware of the many lies that continue to be said about me, my relation.
Although this is another thing that like recurringly happens, is that Tectone seems to just not understand that information is just like freely accessible on the internet. And that things like show up all the time that you just like don't expect or that you have said in the past. Especially with somebody as big as Tectone, I feel like he's one more controversy away from getting his own Kiwi Farms article if he doesn't already have one, just because he's been so crazy.
Relationships and my alleged actions. As social media isn't the appropriate forum to address legal matters, I'll just say that neither I nor my attorney has heard from anyone about actually resolving this matter. I won't be commenting on this further. Pink would even run cover for how Tectone treated his wife in the car clip from earlier, explaining, "Oh, you don't understand. Tectone realized that day that his wife of 10 years had been cheating on him."
Keep this in mind. This is the day he caught her and Cruz huddling on the couch and realized she was cheating on him with Cruz, his assistant.
Which is pretty
So, what the fuck?
crazy, considering only 5 months later, Pink would announce that Tectone had been cheating on her.
Weird question time. Has anyone ever been cheated on? How do you react to something like that, by the way? Like, is it weird? Like, I know some people are like, oh, you'll crash out or something when you learn about that, like you got cheated on. But is it weird that for me, like, I just like, oh my God, I don't have to deal with this piece of shit anymore.
No way. That's fucking crazy. That implies like a shitload of other problems already existing in the relationship. If the reaction to cheating isn't like, oh no, woe is me. It's finally a casus belli to leave this relationship.
Tectone, as you will see throughout, would lie to his audience in a pre-planned narrative spinning in an attempt to dissuade accusations of cheating against him.
When did you and Pink break up? Me and Pink broke up like mid-June. Do you all need proof of that or no? Are we gonna take my word for that? Do we need proof? I'm gonna do it anyways. I feel like it's important. Just because I don't want anybody to doubt what I'm saying, and I know it's a pretty serious topic people really like talking about. Yeah, once again, I want to be very clear. No ill will towards it whatsoever as of right now. I don't really care.
As of right now, no way.
But yeah, I have a message.
Dude, he's such a rat. He's pre-planning disparagement. No fucking way.
To Jimmy on June 28th where Pink and I broke up. But yeah, it was good. Nothing bad.
Tectone for real just pulled up DMs of his mod in him and just had this pre-planned so that people wouldn't think he was cheating. Pink would respond posting receipts of the real breakup that was in July. Please stop talking about me on stream. Stop lying. I broke up with you because I suspected you cheating on me. Stop taking pot shots at me on stream. You know the next day we got back together, I broke up with you on July 23rd. Didn't want to be your friend with benefits on July 26th. You wouldn't even let me ride in the car with you and Sophia, and I was outside the house drunk and alone.
No way.
I suspect cheating. Just stop. It wasn't.
Sophia's his current wife, isn't she? Whoa. That's fucked up.
Good. It was a lot of bad. Pink attached text messages to the tweet of her breaking up with Tectone, where she specifically says twice that she was scared of him.
And then she went after his wife, and there was a whole controversy over that. She basically protected him, defended him, and he used her constantly.
I wasn't sure.
After Tectone was caught lying, he would respond in a classic manipulative manner. Quote, "You ever just lie to protect someone, but they make it so hard? Aw, he's lying to protect Pink. Not because he was cheating and trying to assert a public narrative." To which Pink would respond by saying, "He's not lying to protect me. He's lying because he doesn't want Sophia to know we were still together. I was told by someone else. He told her the same lie."
Whoa, so there was like a mutual cheating? That's confusing. I'm actually a little confused there.
"We both know how you treated me and your ex-wife. You had her sign an NDA to keep her quiet about the abuse, and told me to specifically go over the car clip on stream, and lied to me and said it was the day you caught her cheating. But I found out later it was a lie. Just like your many lies you used to manipulate me to make you look like the victim, when she was the victim all along. She didn't even know Cruz till a month later. As shown here, this is how he treated both of us. Our friends saw it, my family saw it, and I'm glad I'm out." Pink attached 2 plane tickets from June 2022 of Cruz flying to meet Tectone, who later dated Freem. This is important because it proves that Freem did not meet Cruz until well after the car clip of Tectone acting like an abusive. towards Freem. It proves that Tectone lied to Pink and his audience about his behavior being because Freem cheated on him. He is a liar.
Keep
Yeah,
this in
seems
mind.
like it.
This is the day he caught her and Cruz cuddling on the couch and realized she was cheating on him with Cruz, his assistant.
You lie!
Tectone would go live the next day.
Wait, so let me hear that again.
Cuddling on the couch and
Freem cheated on him. He is a liar.
keep this in mind. This is the day he caught her and Cruz cuddling on the couch and realized they
Oh, okay. So the lie is that Bream cheated on him when that's not the case. Got it.
she was cheating on him with Cruz, his assistant.
You lie!
Tectone would go live the next day. Of course, not to address anything specific about him lying or the timeline of events. This is typically what he does, but to talk in vagaries and try to manipulate his audience.
And then
Oh my god, finally. There's another person in this world who says vagaries. I felt like I was going crazy being the only person who did.
Posse decides to go to the dark side because they're too dumb to realize how good they had it with the main group. People who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it's fine. It's all good. I'm not the person who keeps saying like, oh man, I'm gonna keep talking about it. Why are you talking about it? I'm gonna keep talking about it. And I'm letting you guys know, for all you guys who know what I'm talking about, just know that person is gonna.
Why is half the commentary community balding? I've never figured that out. Why are almost all of them balding?
Keep talking about it till the end of time. So we'll probably be going over this about 80,000 more times. And it's going to be weird as shit. And I'm not going to lie, it's going to keep being weird as shit. Okay? It's going to keep being weird as shit. It's going to keep being weird as shit.
He's poisoning the well here, almost as if he knows something else is coming. Oh, it's going to keep being weird, guys. I can't say the person's name or even talk about the specific allegations being made. It's just so weird.
And it's just gonna be over and over and over and over and over again. And guys, I'm gonna let you guys know this. Here's the plot twist, guys. Here's the plot twist. I've done nothing wrong at all.
Okay. Oh my god. That is someone lying. That is instantly someone lying. Just because, like, even in bad relationships where things are typically one-sided, the other person will usually be, like, at the very least, in the mindset that they did something wrong, even if they didn't actually. I feel like there's extremely few relationships that aren't, like, literally physically abusive, where one side hasn't done anything wrong in, like, a breakup. That's crazy.
And that's it.
Wow, what a shock. The guy who weaponized his now ex-girlfriend against his ex-wife with police charges, lies, and smears is now somehow totally innocent of any wrongdoing whatsoever.
If anybody asks, did Techie do anything weird? Did he do this thing? Did he do that thing? No.
It's funny that prior to any of the serious allegations becoming public, Tectone is already priming his audience, telling them, hey, if you hear anything weird about me, don't believe it.
I mean, these people, there's people that are out of control right now. And aren't I so kind by not even saying their name? Because I am trying so hard to keep things cordial, but holy, I am trying so hard to keep it cordial. I am trying so hard not even to bring up their name.
Right.
Like I had
Okay.
removed from my chat.
He's just the best guy ever. He banned his ex's name in chat, refuses to say her name because he's a saint. It's not because he wants to respond to
So
this in a
true.
totally disingenuous way.
Like, oh my God, it's off. Jesus, it's insane.
I might have been banned.
And the worst thing is I'm trying to protect this person, but they keep yapping.
He's trying to protect them? What the fuck?
Person knows my dad has cancer. Like, just off.
You guys have to understand, he's actually trying to protect his ex, and she's attacking him while his father has cancer. Just more manipulative bull.
And it's my reputation for years. The amount of people that have me. that I have in turn protected
This is so weird.
and kept their darkest fucking secret. And I've done such a good job of not saying any of the wrongdoings this person's done, and I don't plan to unless my hand is forced. But the problem is I worry about this person so much that if they become aware of their own actions, that they might hurt themselves. That shit makes me depressed.
He could prove that he wasn't lying, but you don't understand. He's actually saving Pink's life from not doing so because he's so empathetic. You can't see it right now, but he's actually on a cross dying for all of his ex's sin.
Because I'm trying to help somebody that clearly will not let me help them. I'm not going to hold back anymore. So off, or I am going to say what I need to say. And I'm going to say this very clear.
Yep.
I have never done anything that is cancelable.
Some excellent foreshadowing.
Oh
from
my
Tectone.
God.
Currently, he's dealing with relationship drama. So why did it jump to being canceled?
I mean, Jesus Christ. It's just too much, man. It's like every day, all these can't keep my name out their mouth, and I do them a service of never even mentioning their name to not exacerbate the
Such a
issue.
saint, dude.
But I swear to God, one of my closest friends coming out, they think that shit me? Hell no. Jesus, these people are so pathetic. I am going to move on. And the worst thing is, you swore you would never do this to me. Because I even told you when we started this that I'm horrified of another person who I tried to take care of.
Okay, sorry. I'm kind of just watching the video. And I don't even have gameplay on to like add a smidgen of slop to this. I'm trying to find a game. Well, one, there's not... I feel like I can't contribute that much to this video. I have been watching a lot of Tectone recently. But, like, he kind of just is a liar. I feel like I've already contributed that. And I feel like all the games I want to play are like, I've either been really frustrated with them lately, because Incision has crashed on me in the past as well. I don't want to play it, and it's... Maybe I should just like stop being a pussy and play it. But I don't know. So many other games have been frustrating or just like would not look good at all. But yeah, I don't know. I guess one of the other things that seems kind of crazy is that Tectone has been kind of deleting anything that could make him even look bad. And I feel like you could just look at Tectone's actions and determine for yourself with like relative knowledge of like sympathy farming and aura farming and like just his repetition of actions, how crazy he is. Can I go to Tectone's channel? I wanted to show off something. I do have his kick here. So something that he's been doing a lot is he's been farming bans from Twitch. So Twitch will typically only ban him for like a couple of days or like a week or so. And he'll do this like repeatedly, where one, he calls himself worst streamer, you know, great self-deprecation. It's like faux humility. But it'll be like banned from Twitch. Guys, I was banned from Twitch. How terrible. Let me make it bigger. You can actually see. He got banned again 3 months ago. Stop. He just gets banned every once in a while, and he uses it to farm sympathy from chat. Like, how dare Twitch ban Techie? Whenever he's doing stuff that like obviously fucking violates the rules. Sometimes it does. There's a couple times it doesn't. A few times it was essentially accidental. But a lot of the time I feel like it's like completely intentional that he's trying to get bans. Like the time where he just like repeats the F gay slur like 12 times in a row. I don't know if it's actually 12. Tectone, if you see this, it's probably not actually 12. What a weaselly little liar, dude. And sure, like, get that bag, but that doesn't mean you're not, like, open to criticism from it. I think it's just a thing. I think it's always going to be a social faux pas, and deservedly so, to like manipulate an audience into more sympathy. And obviously from sympathy comes cash, comes dosh, comes moolah. And I think that's just, I don't know. And I guess also a part of that, in like, I don't know, almost like it's probably intentional, is he's like moving people over from Twitch to Kick or YouTube. I think most of them are going to YouTube, really. By getting these bans. Let's go back to the video. I'll try Incision, but if it crashes again,
and this is prior to any of the
I'll
series
play Grim Dawn or
becoming
something.
public by Pink. He's directly referring to Freem screwing him over. He knows.
Actually, I guess before I start fully, I'm sorry if that's annoying. I'm gonna go get a drink of water.
Knows what's coming. And the crazy thing is, it's so vague that nobody in the public knew any of the accusations Freem made. So he's directly talking to Pink preemptively months before Pink made any of the allegations public. And none of the people have context of what he's referring to until now.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
The people who I help the most always me over. And you know what's crazy? And you see.
Oh shit. I didn't even realize that he said that before. So the like exactly what he said in the video that we watched not too long ago. He fucking says it here again. Dude, that is so fucking blatant.
See the people in my chat, and you see him asking who, and guess what? I'm still not gonna say it.
Can we imply though?
Because at least I have some courtesy. That's my problem, is that I'm too good of a guy. One day I'll crash out, and I'll just post receipts of everything. Because here's the thing, guys, I don't do he said, she said.
Okay, buddy.
It's important to remember that as this escalates throughout, Tectone threatens to leak things, which he says will prove his innocence on several occasions, but he never does. He never posts anything. And things are about to get so much worse. November 20th of 2024, Pink would post on Twitter, quote, "How are you supposed to feel if a guy is abusive and makes you cry, then shoves your head into his crotch and demands you s*** him off, and his excuse is, emotion just turns me on when you cry."
Oh my god.
Don't feel comfortable doing something sexual and record.
It's literally that one fucking Bloodhound Gang song. The sex of the hooker is always better when she's crying.
You and demand you stop making faces and pretend you like it.
The Pinky's not a
In the text
hooker.
Pink put out months ago, she does ask him to delete any sexual videos that he has. You don't know if it's consensual, obviously. Felt it was worth pointing out. Or you say you don't want to do it anymore, and he shoves your head down till you throw up.
Oh my god.
Giving and says, "Do your job, you don't pay rent. I took you to a water park, so you owe me. And all you can do is sleep upstairs because you know what he's going to keep telling you to do. He doesn't touch
Holy
you,
shit.
doesn't have sex with you, just keeps you around as a machine and degrades you."
Now, me personally, I'm gonna just keep it 100%. It will never not be the hottest thing ever when a thick female has a in their mouth. I will never need anything more than that. And it's just like, wow, bro, look at this human vacuum cleaner.
Makes you feel ugly.
What is
Don't
that,
wear
reverse
baggy
oral
clothes, straighten
fixation?
your
That's
hair,
crazy.
At least wear eyeliner around the house. Your self-worth totally crushed. I hate that people warned me. I didn't listen because I was so manipulated. I hate that I was lied to when another girl who went through worse was trying to come forward. Remember the stream Pink did where she went totally nuclear on Tectone's ex-wife?
She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives. I'm not going to say what it was that she was doing, but it was so horrific it would have ruined all of our lives.
Freem was originally going to go public with allegations of abuse against Tectone. This is why Tectone had Pink go nuclear on Freem and accuse her of revenge and file a police report. This would
Holy
lead to
shit.
lawsuits involving Freem and Pink. Many of the claims Tectone was making that Pink would parrot were determined to be false, and the case would be settled after the determination in Freem's favor. Now, another settlement outside of this lawsuit happened between Tectone and Freem, I believe in Freem's favor, and led to both Freem and Tech being placed under NDA. So Freem wasn't ever able to go
Oh.
public with her allegations against Tectone, but there will be more evidence shortly that they were.
Wait, can I hear that again? So Tectone put them in an NDA?
Tectone was making file a police report. This would lead to lawsuits involving Freem and Pink.
Oh.
The claims Tectone was making that Pink would parrot were determined to be false, and the case would be settled after the determination in Freem's favor. Now, another settlement outside of this lawsuit happened between Tectone and Freem, I believe in Freem's favor, and led to both Freem and Tech being placed under NDA. So Freem wasn't ever able to go public with her allegations against Tectone, but there will be more evidence
So
shortly
Freem-
that they were very, very similar to Pink's.
So Freem ended up winning. That's good to hear. That's funky. I feel like I gotta hear that again. Because I'm listening, but I'm not, like, getting it. Am I just too tired for this?
Freem and Tech being placed under NDA. So Freem wasn't ever able to go public with her allegations against Tectone, but there will be more evidence shortly that they were very, very similar to Pink's. Me and her are good now, but I should have listened. When you're in it, you feel blind to reason. I see some comments that are worried. I just want to let you all know I am out and have been at my own place and am safe. Don't want to worry anyone. I've been taking it one day at a time since this.
Today, you are going to see me at my worst. Today, I feel like gonna be real, and I'm gonna address this right now because this is not content for me. I mainly just want my mods to hear this because I know a lot of my mods know about this. I'm gonna just keep
Sure,
it
buddy.
This ain't funny. This ain't cute. I can no longer help someone who is this stupid. I can no longer try to protect someone that is this stupid, who would betray me this much. And guys, I'm gonna keep this vague. I'm gonna keep this vague for a reason. Okay? So if you're confused, you're gonna stay confused. I know the person who needs to hear this is gonna hear this. And I mean this genuinely.
This is so malicious. That does feel almost like... Is that abuser stuff? That's like classic abuser stuff where it's like... This is literally Xavier Renegade Angel. He only hurts because he loves me. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I only hurt her because I love her. Now that's the smartest thing I've ever heard.
I did everything.
It's
for you.
literally
I
that.
helped you
Holy
with
shit.
everything. I fixed everything for you. I was there for you like nobody else was there for you in your whole life. Your words, not mine. The fact that you're letting these people get into your ear, people, the same people who are talking behind my back illegally, by the way, the same people who placed me under an NDA where I cannot talk about them. I know they're talking to you right now behind the scenes, and they're getting you to believe in bull, letting them get in your head and make you imagine problems that never happened.
This is such an insane explanation. His ex-wife
manipulated
her to create all of the things Pink talked about. Does that sound logical?
And it's insane how these things that have happened in your own mind.
Yo,
you are
Evo
now
reference.
coming at me, and this just isn't cute. So I am going to leave it at this. My lawyer is going to be contacting your lawyer, the same lawyer that I helped you get because you were scared. I'm not fucking around with this.
Yeah, Pink was scared of a woman that she self-admittedly had never even met or spoken to. Obviously, everything that she knew was
This
coming
is
from Tectone.
this is
Just
so
look at a portion of the
incredibly
lawsuit Pink
this is so incredibly nonsensical. Lawsuit, notice of non-suit, judicial officer, something, comment, plaintiff notice of non-suit with prejudice, non-suit judicial order. Yeah, vague legal documentary, everything censored.
filed against Freem, and you tell me. On August 18th, 2022, Tectone hosted a live stream where he went on a real-life adventure visiting several anime shops and attending an elaborate and expensive sushi dinner. On the same day, Freem was extremely jealous of Tectone's adventure and was pouting in her office. Noticing Freem, Kurzum suggested they go out on their own adventure. Freem was excited by the prospect of going on a date with her crush, Kurzum, and agreed. Freem decided to impress Kurzum and put on her hottest outfit. A 2002 era Kim Possible look with turtleneck and
These are
clothing.
obviously things
She also
Tectone
made sure
fed
that
to
her hair and
Pink.
makeup were perfect. Spance mentioned that Tectone was intimidating because Tectone was larger and louder than Spance.
Spattens, Freem Spattens, okay. Mentioned that her ex-husband was Tectone. Spattens mentioned that Tectone was intimidating because Tectone was larger and louder than Spattens, which was extremely rare. Unprovoked, Freem responded that Spattens shouldn't be intimidated by Tectone because he has a micro penis. Yo, weirded out by the conversation, Spattens directed the conversation in a different direction and excused himself shortly after. Subsequently, Annie and Spattens attended a few anime nights at Freem's apartment, but again, Freem started spreading rumors about Tectone and Pinky Chew, including Tectone having a micro penis. How is that spreading a rumor? Tectone says that all the time about himself, and that Tectone paid for Pinky Chew's plastic surgery to make her more similar to Jesus. Essentially, Freem would take every opportunity to disparage them.
Spam, which was extremely rare. Unprovoked, Freem responded that Spam shouldn't be intimidated by Tectone because he has a micro. I just find it rich that after getting Pink involved in this, letting her pursue revenge charges, then attempting to sue Freem based on Tectone's testimony of events, he takes absolutely no responsibility for any of this whatsoever. It makes me question just how culpable Tectone was after all the drastic measures Pink took against Freem, that they are now on good terms.
If you want to do this, then let's do this. But I can't sit here and hear your dumb schizo the out, which I thought you were medicated for. I guess not. Schizo the out repeatedly. So enjoy. My lawyer will be contacting your lawyer, and we're going to shut this down right now because this is ridiculous. I tried to be cordial. I tried to be nice. I tried to be happy. I tried to help you. And that's the way that you're going to repay me? Great. Check your phone messages. You'll be hearing from my lawyer very soon. I assist everybody that I know. The same people who I help the most end up me the hardest. And it happens year after year after year. And everyone wants to pretend that I'm the bad guy. I'm done being the good guy.
The next day, Tectone would post a response on Twitter as well, giving Pink 2 weeks to apologize and retract her statements, or he will pursue legal alternatives. He also proclaims that he was a victim of assault as well, which is not a good response to SA allegations. Can't be the abusive rape if I'm the
So true.
Next day, Kit Nick on Twitter makes this post, which I find pretty interesting. Quote, "It's pretty damning that 2 women I was very close to told me the exact same story about the same man without ever having spoken to one another, to the last detail, going back years before they ever even knew the other woman existed. The same gaslighting, narcissistic, manipulative cycle of abuse." Pink then hearts this tweet, which confirms that it has to do with her, and the other person was obviously Freem, who was going to come out with allegations before something happened and NDAs were signed, maybe a payout possibly. Tectone would also announce what he called his resignation with OTK. I personally think OTK were well aware of his ex-wife's allegations.
Wait, so he resigned from OTK? Oh, is that why Steak and Egg stopped? Is because of that? And then in addition, the fucking... Jesus, so he stopped OTK, and he stopped fucking... Sorry, he stopped OTK and he got kicked out of Mythic. So I'm wondering if this is just like, maybe if he got kicked out of OTK and he's like, all right, you can stay with Mythic because it's like far less tied to my brand, but don't fuck it up. And then this was just like, oh, so this turned out to be true. Oh. Okay. Okay.
So this would have been the second go-around with abuse allegations, except this time they became public. Tectone actually tries to pass off that his contract was up, and he chose not to renew.
Let me explain to you why I left OTK, why I resigned from OTK. The reason why I resigned from OTK, why I did not sorry, I'm very tired. Why I did not renew my contract with OTK that expired on November 1st, 2024. The original contract was 2 years with an additional option to extend by an additional year, thusly completing my 3 years in OTK. And the reason why I chose to not renew with OTK is because it gave me a weakness. And I realized
it gave me a weakness?
I really don't like having weaknesses.
Yeah, sure. It was
what does that even mean?
Directly after Pink's allegations became public. Screw it. I'll count this one.
Are you calling me a liar?
You sit on a throne of lies.
Pressure wouldn't mount until Tectone decided to go live on the 24th.
Good clip usage.
Worst response to allegations I have ever seen in my time online.
We're going to talk about everything. However, in regards to a specific situation, I am only going to give you the tip of the iceberg, because the rest I am going to hold until I need to say it.
Now would probably be a good time to talk about maybe a little bit more than 5% Tectone, actually provide receipts or talk about the situation more.
Oh, not again.
Considering your last 2 girlfriends appear to be calling you a rape.
I want to let you guys know one thing. I am not going to tell you a single lie this entire stream. At least
okay.
I'm going to try not to. And you know what's crazy? Oh, and guys, in case you don't know what the allegations are, let's just get them out of the way. I have been accused by my ex-girlfriend of being abusive, mentally abusive, and potential. I've been accused of all those things. And before, there's a guy in chat who's saying, again, this isn't an again thing. This is a one-time thing.
No, he was accused by...
There is no again.
What the fuck?
Liar. He's a liar.
He was accused by Pinky and Freem, right?
Of being
no, god damn it.
On this earth, there are two things that I've never done. I have never cheated. I have never placed anyone under an NDA.
Tectone unfortunately forgets to include the in the list of things he's never done. Heck.
I'm going to give you guys 5% of the proof and the evidence that I have in my favor. He doesn't touch you, doesn't have sex with you, and keeps you around as a blood machine and degrades you. First of all, I've never degraded you. I never have, never will. And the other reason is Pink. You understand why I would not have sex with you. As a victim of assault and myself, I had trauma when it came to having sex. This is a known fact. I have told you this from day one. I've also said if you can't handle it.
So is that just not disregarding the fucking BJ machine thing?
And being scared.
So this isn't a big secret, but a context you should probably have is that this was the case for the majority of the 10 years with Freem and 2 with Pink, which corroborates Pink's allegations, the type of physical relationship that was had. Tectone attempts to offer this as an explanation, but it really just illustrates how disordered he is.
Now, I would like everybody to know, over the course of the past 4 months, I have since gotten over that.
Well, that's a bit convenient.
I'm understanding everything the romantic do is crazy.
The demon is a liar.
A liar. That liar.
So, I would say, talking about things is good.
Tectone addresses Pink's post and provides only a single receipt, which in his mind is going to clear the entire debacle up. Must be pretty damning.
I am not restarting.
Guilt
Fuck
trips
that.
you into giving jobs and says,
God damn it,
do
Incision.
your job, you don't pay rent. I took you to a water park, so you owe me. Pink, you implied that I was paying you to suck my... That is not true. You know that's not true. What you would do is...
Wait, did she? Or when you're asking you don't feel comfortable doing something sexual and he records you and demands you stop making faces and pretend you like it. Jesus. Or you say you don't want to do it anymore, shove your head down, guilt trips you into doing this. Do your job, you don't pay rent. I took you to a water park, so you owe me. Okay.
You would go upstairs, you would record your OnlyFans, and then you would beg me to suck my dick. You say that I would say, do your job, you don't pay rent. This is factually untrue. Here is you paying rent. Not one time, but multiple times. That is you paying rent. And now what you might be thinking is, oh, well, maybe those are just edited screenshots. Well, then if you're not happy with my word, allow me to show you your own. My trauma with Tectone. I have been Tectone's roommate for a year now, and I can say he is one of the most understanding, kindest persons I have ever met, and contrary to popular belief, I do pay rent. Lamau.
Total Tectone victory. He did it. She paid rent. She was lying, right? Only there's one big tech dope issue.
She never said that she never paid rent. She said that Tectone told her that since you don't pay rent, you have to pay me back in these other ways. And then we literally saw a video of him doing exactly that.
So it's fucking bullshit.
She never said that she never paid rent.
Yo, it's Chud.
She said that he said she never paid rent.
Is that the garbage has not been taken out in 7 days. It's Pink's responsibility. And the reality is that she's in my house role playing as a goth Hooters orderer.
What the fuck? What? You're an equal part of the relationship. You can take the trash out yourself, dude. What the fuck? Okay, look, it might be like misogynistic, whatever. I always thought that the guy was supposed to take the trash out because girls don't want to get icky. So you're just like letting the fucking trash build up so that she can fucking I don't know. Also, her job is like cosplaying, right? That takes like, I don't know, a long time to get into and out of. I guess she's also a streamer too, so it's like, I don't know. Is it? I guess she could have make. This isn't even like worth arguing. Just fucking take the trash out, fucking bitch. Tectone, I mean.
Waitress. And honestly, it's really annoying because the reality is she doesn't pay rent. The reality is she doesn't pay rent. She's not doing her responsibilities.
Oh, so she admits it. He admits it.
Hang on a minute,
garbage is
bro. So, dude, that is very deceptive on his part.
It actually beggars belief. The only point Tectone makes to address and fight against these accusations, he just straight up lies about, as he clearly
So
states
true.
The reality is she doesn't pay rent.
This was one of the things I actually asked Tectone about, and surprise, surprise, he refused to answer.
He's lying. I knew you were lying.
And I wish she would understand. If she would just delete the post and apologize, all of this would go away and things would go back to normal. Will you tweet out the proof?
Oh.
I
Is this the thing where Tectone was like, you have 24 hours to delete your post or else I'm suing you?
will at a certain point. I will at a certain point. I really, truly hope that you guys believe everything that is that I said. If you didn't, I'll provide proof later.
I mean, it's been like 4 months and he never has.
Right, so obviously without proof, nobody knows what actually happened. But it's like, dude, this guy's only receipt was him being totally deceptive and just straight up lying, caught in 4K. And here's the thing, it's not even on him to provide proof, but he said he had it and will provide it and just never does as things get increasingly worse. How does this make any sense? How am I not supposed to see this as incredibly suspicious? Literally, him never talking about the allegations would have been better. Worst response ever.
LSF is a miserable place. And I know that now that I have shown proof with receipts that I am cleared of all wrongdoing.
In January
Oh my
of
God.
2025, Pink would state that Freem never actually had revenge porn on her, that she was lied to and used as a pawn to defame someone that didn't deserve the hate, that her and Freem had cleared up
Oh,
what really
I guess,
happened.
by the way, it hasn't been like 5 months. It's been like 9, 10, almost like a year.
That any lawsuits / charges.
I just meant from like this video coming out, and Tectone has watched this video, I think, multiple times.
Wouldn't be pursued, and that most of what was put out was distorted in order to defame Tectone's ex-wife, Freem. On January 15th, Tectone made an announcement basically
Actually,
saying,
wait, does he watch it on stream? Dude, I'm so bad at typing. Oh, 11 hours ago, Tectone breaks silence? Doesn't look like he does.
In recent news, Tectone dropped an update after taking a break recently. Concern about how ads are
It's that bad. Naturally work that.
I do have a tattoo and we have
doesn't fit the character he was. Commentator Hasanabi streamed
Odd. They're
claiming out of nowhere that they
Okay, so this just lies. Why does it lie?
Hey guys, I know I said I was going to sue Pink, but unfortunately, she knows all the loopholes in defamation cases. Yes, the young OnlyFans girl who sounds like this.
Look, okay, I'm a girl. I don't want to look bad. What if my coochie comes out?
Here's a crazy idea.
Thank you. Now my sisters are now gamer nerds and weebs, and I have infected them.
Is a defamation savant, totally ruining your life. This makes total sense. Don't question it. But from the website Law Shelf, it specifically states that, quote, for a statement to be considered defamation, it must be about the plaintiff. Even if the statement does not mention him or her by name, it can be actionable on grounds of defamation if a reasonable person would understand the communication as referring to the plaintiff. And seeing as every single person on the internet that knows about this understands that it's being communicated by you, it looks like you're full of shit yet again.
been lying to me. I'm gonna charge you with perjury.
He also states once again in the faces of abuse allegations that it's actually him that was assaulted.
Whoa.
And that Pink is actually inhumanely weaponizing assault against the real victim, Tectone. Again, it's just a terrible response regardless of its validity when facing these accusations.
Yeah,
He also
totally.
brings up the NDA, but sort of lies about ever putting anyone under one for allegations they were going to make. Well, we know now for a fact Freem was going to come out with allegations against Tectone, and shortly after that, a settlement, payout, or something happened, and both parties were put under NDA. 2 weeks later, on January 23rd, Pink would announce that she had contacted the police and reported Tectone. A couple of months after the Pink allegations.
Oh, fuck off with the fucking... What is that? The Band of the Hawk symbol? Fuck you.
Came public. Tectone got a literal berserk tattoo to represent his struggle. If you don't know about berserk, essentially the main characters get what is called a brand of sacrifice, where after receiving it, they are doomed for eternity to be pursued and sacrificed by demons. This guy gets accused of abuse and is acting like he is Guts from Berserk, literally branding himself to represent his struggle. It's unbelievable. He's like Guts, guys, but instead of fighting demons, he women. Not only this, but what do you think Berserk is famously controversial for? You guessed it, gratuitous amounts of SA. I'm not kidding, this guy got the anime tattoo after getting accused of it. After he cut off communication with me, for the next few days, he started emo posting stuff like this as well, which is hilarious. He's Guts, for real, for real. Since you're being sacrificed, I guess I'll be Boyd.
Everything lies within the currents of causality.
Look, this is the one thing I didn't prepare for a Tectone stream on. I did not watch Berserk. Jesus. Oh, that's so fucking cringe. That is so cringe to compare yourself to Guts. I think, like, comparing yourself to, like, any kind of, like, 99% of protagonists is, like, extremely cringe. Even villains, right? Just, like, a lot of characters. In more than, like, a passing or like a discussion about it, but like having something tattooed on yourself like that, I don't know. I've always found that to be extremely cringe. Like also if you get a tattoo, I don't know. In a way, I don't think it's like terrible to get a tattoo of like a thing that you like if it's like small, but one that big is like crazy. And now you have to explain, it's like, hi, why do you have a failed Superman high school S on your shoulder?
And that should bring us to the present. And unless you
I'm just like Guts for real, because all these demons keep chasing me.
You've been living under a rock for the past 6 months, you've probably seen an entire legion of content creators crying about this guy.
You know that Hassan Piker?
Yes, somehow, the man with the small head who kicks a bag worse than any mid-40s woman doing jazzercise has become the face of radical politics and terrorism on the internet. So much so that the feds are now pulling him into back rooms to talk to him about Twitch bans.
For those of you who don't know, I was detained by Customs and Border Patrol. I was tactically ascertained. They're watching. Oh, the feds are watching. They're always watching. Feds are always like this. Okay, now we know for real.
People are so obsessed with taking this guy down, they've actually weaponized the ADL to go after him.
But all of us need to call it out. I'm thinking about the New York Times doing a gauzy profile a few weeks ago of this
by announcing he was leaving Twitch. I am genuinely considering full swapping to YouTube if this terrorist.
I'm just skipping because like I think everybody knows about Hassan already. Everybody fucking
propaganda isn't punished harshly and immediately on Twitch. My fathers, my brothers, and our soldiers did not bleed, sacrifice, and die for this to be allowed and promoted on Twitch. This needs to be changed.
He would proceed to continue streaming on Twitch, excluding like getting banned every once in a while. Which is like, I guess that's technically the better thing to do if you're like actually trying to push against it, but it's also like, why do you keep claiming to like quit Twitch? It's so nothing.
Immediately.
I did not watch my buddies die face down in the muck.
Hassan would respond, basically calling
good clips.
But what happens next elevates this story to an all-timer.
Apparently, Tectone, as soon as he came after me and talked
I just
about
don't
his
wanna play
father's like,
anything.
military record or whatever, the internet found out that dad did the same shit that he did.
And victims like Heath Phillips. When he told his commander, his report was ignored. The Department of Defense says 19,000 incidents of assault occurred.
Tectone's dad did that many
alone. Nearly 90% went unreported.
Biggest photo you see is of Colonel Michael Robertson. He was convicted of 14 accounts of assault.
Turns out Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, folks.
Hey, you know they got your mans. They got your mans on assault charges. Yeah, you be hanging with. You be hanging with. And it was your mans. He was your boy. You grew up with him.
After being embroiled in abuse and allegations for months, Tectone's own father turned out to be possibly the most infamous sex pest in U.S. military history. His father was such a that they literally had televised C-SPAN Congress hearings in an attempt to stop future assaults by using him as the example.
I rise again today to draw attention to the epidemic in our military of sexual assault. 19,000 women and men each year are or assaulted in the military. This travesty is not being addressed, and I will continue to speak out on this floor until it does. Today, I would like to tell the story of one of the 8% that were prosecuted. The story of Colonel Michael Robertson, who commanded Fort Bliss's 31st Combat Support Hospital at Camp Dwyer, a military base in
this guy
in the Helmand River Valley in Afghanistan. Last week, Colonel Robertson was convicted by a military judge of 14 charges, including having on his government computer, harassing 3 women, and assaulting 5 women. 8 women that served under his command testified at great cost to their careers and their privacy. Colonel Robertson routinely touched them without permission on their breasts, thighs, and buttocks, and encouraged them to look at the computer. Some testified the harassment occurred daily. Despite repeated warnings, Colonel Robertson also emailed friends and female subordinates. What makes the defense's answer to all these actions? That all of these jokes and the touching were attempts to boost morale. Colonel Robertson, the majority of assailants are older and of higher rank than their victims. They abuse not only their authority, but also the trust of those they are responsible for protecting. Survivors can email me at stopmilitary.
This is just a good segment. I have like nothing to say. Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
.house.gov if they would like to speak out.
This was all part of the creation of the Sexual Assault Training Oversight and Prevention Act, which was created because of Tectone's father. You may be thinking, wow, can't get any more absurd than this, right? Well, you would be wrong, as Tectone regularly would have his father on live streams and podcasts. And what do you think that typically looked like?
Obviously, you're not aware of my first podcast with Techie. Oh,
the one where I showed you.
Witness me. He has like the same vibe as those fucking what are they called? Motor Boys? The guys from fucking, like, he has the voice to be one of those guys from fucking Mad Max.
What do you think about that?
Do it again.
Witness me.
Daddy issues?
They all have daddy issues. Well, she has a facial expression as if to say, "Hey, sailor." Like
Yo, Miku Pole.
Dress. She looks like she works out.
One of the first things Tectone says to me is like, "Sup, dude? By the way, my 17-year-old father thinks you're hot." And I was like,
His 17-year-old father.
uh-oh.
First thing he did was he put me into some kind of headset and costume and put me in this AI room.
VR chat.
Am I moving? Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's chill. And that's
Yeah, but how? Oh, Lord have mercy. And so he's got me in that headset and I'm in there and
I'm holding them on.
It's getting bad. And,
yeah.
But I don't know if it's as dressed up as a girl.
I gotcha.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah, or whether it's you dressed up as a girl.
Probably mostly Asmund.
Yeah.
We're gonna give him a heart attack, I swear to God.
A convicted pervert father.
Oh, God damn, that's fucking nasty.
Men is insane, even by my standards.
And you can, the sensors made it feel like I was being touched.
Damn.
Yeah, and it felt like this.
Asmongold's like, I need some of that.
was unzipping my pants. Freckles, the hair.
And I want you to bark for me.
Woof.
Oh.
Wait a minute, I got another dog. I got another. Want to hear my other dog? Oh, that's my other dog.
Oh.
She looks real submissive and looks like, in the words of Halsey, I can take a pounding.
Oh my lord.
6 years old, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what she looks like.
Do you know what a lolly is?
Oh my god.
3-year-old.
What a furry is?
No.
There are people who dress up in like dog suits. But you know what pegging is.
I can tell you a great pegging story.
One of them.
8 stepmoms?
Holy
shit.
I'm a bad man. But
It is crazy actually focusing on what's being said. I'm kind of glad that I got In a weird stroke of luck, my game kept crashing. That's totally why I stopped playing. It's not because I'm bad. And like listening to that, oh my god, because I've watched this I think 2 or 3 times. I never caught that.
Okay, it's like saying you're gonna make not have the money shot. It ain't there ain't a money shot. You know, people ask me what was about the military. What did you like? Well, I love the camaraderie.
Stop military.
Incredibly, Tectone brought his father into the online arena, and even though he had sexual charges, thought it would be wise to have him goon out to Lolly and VR.
Bro's going after my 75-year-old cancer-ridden dad because of an alleged SH claim from 17 years. Dude, they started an organization because of him. Holy shit.
The reaction to Hassan striking back at Tectone was met with many people bemoaning Hassan for attacking family or going low. However, Tectone brought him onto his own platform. He can be talked about, and if you think for a minute I shouldn't talk about him being an infamous convicted military pest, you can go yourself. I don't care. The following is taken from a blog that sources news publications that were done at the time, dated November 13th, 2011. Quote, after he was found guilty, the colonel walked over to one of the victims and said, I'm sorry. She started to sob and walked away, appearing to make sure.
I think that part, okay, that should probably be enunciated more, because just listening to that, it's almost sounds like Roberts is the guy walking away and sobbing whenever it does say she started to sob.
Not to let him touch her. Later, before he was sentenced, the colonel looked at the women who accused him from the stand and said, I would like to apologize for any and all of the actions that led to these proceedings being necessary. It was never my intent to harm or offend any of the women, and I will take the burden to my grave. The colonel's mental health doctor at Fort Bliss testified that he was as a young child.
Oh
by a
my
male
god,
caretaker. He
dude.
suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder and depression. There is some cosmic irony that both Tectone and his father's response to allegations in court proceedings for sexual impropriety is in both cases to state that they were both victims of abuse. In Tectone's case, to use as a shield as to why he couldn't possibly have done anything wrong, and in his father's case, as an attempt to explain his behavior.
And then Hassan starts going after my father. And I get very confused by this. Because me and my father have had a pretty bad past. I'm pretty open about this. My father's gone to prison.
This is one of the
open.
this is one of the things that's like insane. Tectone's response to his dad being a Weinstein. That's the chapter name. Jesus. Is that I feel like Tectone has told a lot of stories about how bad his dad is and then goes like out of his way to defend his dad. It's like one of the things is like, are you ignorant or ignorant deliberately? It's so insane. Because it feels like there's no way he could not have known. Oh shit, dude.
About this.
Here's Tectone 2 weeks prior to this, where he acts like he has no idea what anyone's talking about when his father's convictions are brought up.
Your father went to jail for the same. Oh, really? Wait, tell me more, man. Tell me more. What else?
Yeah, this is another part of it. He's like told so many times.
The military accuse your father of. Really? That's crazy. You think so? What else? That's why he went to jail discussing. Really, man? That's interesting. How do you know so much? How are you so all-knowing?
It's public docs.
Gone to prison. I'm very open about this.
You are a bald-faced liar.
If anybody's surprised, yeah, my dad's gone to prison before. Me and my father have had a pretty interesting past.
Instead of addressing the news surrounding his father, who he brought on streams, and just take the L, Tectone decides to pull on the heartstrings of his viewers and talk about all of his childhood trauma. There's really no need to, and it comes off as manipulative, while under a microscope of controversy.
When I was a young boy, I came from a very, very, very poor family. I did. My mother never really treated me well, and I was named after my father's best friend because I was supposed to die at birth.
Are you serious right now, bro?
Oh man, that feels like so sympathy farming. Also, he was a colonel. What was this be, like 2000? How much did a colonel in the army make? Let's verify that. How much, or what pay grade is a colonel in the army? Does it have a class? So he's at a GS 15. So there's multiple things confirming that it's a G15 or an 06. So he's probably getting 8,000 per month. He was a colonel, right? Colonel John Roberts? It wasn't a private, right? He was in there for like 40 years. Let's just say, okay, what was GS 13 pay 2002? Maybe like an 06. So he's probably making about 8K per month. That's what yeah, that lines up. So unless him or his mom was just spending an insane amount of money. Maybe his mom didn't work? Because Colonel John Roberts, right? Is there a transcript I can look at? Colonel. Yeah, it is Colonel. Yeah, so that's a lie. I never verified that before. Tectone's lying about like growing up poor, or his mom was like, to use the CK Crusader King's term, a flippant wastrel, a flagrant wastrel. 8K in 2002 money? That's good. That's whenever he got outed, right? It was like 2004 or 5. Mate, oh, well, I guess like if he like got kicked out of the military after that, that would have been pretty bad. If he had like a rough time finding a job. It sounds like after he left, he drank a lot and abused Tectone. Although, who knows, because that's all from Tectone's mouth. And then you have the housing crash, so I guess it definitely could have been bad. For sure. Okay.
I lived with my mother until about 3rd grade, and you know, something very bad happens to me. I don't feel like talking about it. Due to that thing happening to me, lawyers get involved, the court gets involved. When I moved in with my dad, it was a very like hands-off relationship with me and my dad. He bought me and my brothers a separate apartment to live, while him and my stepmom lived in a separate apartment.
And right away, Tectone is provably misrepresenting the truth yet again.
Tectone said that whenever he was in high school, you had a separate apartment for them to be at, so you could have privacy with your own apartment.
Fourth grade.
All right. That's not untrue, but that is a misrepresentation of the truth. So he and his brothers went into a 2-bedroom that was down the hall until 4 months later when we moved to a house.
Don't lie right now. You lie!
And me and my father never really interacted much, and I was just considered the...
Oh, I'm a sad, lonely F slur. Here's some embarrassing information about me. Please don't bully me with it. What's that text? Veil post? Vent post.
Failure of the family. I was on by pretty much everybody, including my dad. I'm not gonna lie. And I'll be real, I was never really treated too good.
Yes, after bringing his father on podcasts and streams, now that the internet has found out his history, he is going to completely throw him under the bus for hundreds of thousands of viewers.
Father becomes incredibly violent. I hear that my father has been accused of a crime, even though my father never treated me too well. Nobody ever really wants to believe that about their dad. And I'm just gonna be real. Like when you talk to my dad, he be grabbing you. I'm not gonna lie. And he doesn't do that anymore because I told him it's weird as shit. But he would like grab your shoulder, he would grab your arm. And he said that's what he got convicted for. And obviously he took some of the aggression out on me. I got back from soccer practice, which I joined because I wanted to make my dad proud. And I put a orange soda can on top of my trash can.
I don't believe that Tectone joined soccer practice. I thought he was like a fat kid in high school, or maybe that's why it's embarrassing, is because he was a fat kid and tried to do soccer. I don't know. That seems that's an iffy thing.
Father threw me to the ground and put a gun against my head, and he said, "Give me a good reason not to shoot you."
So you felt comfortable bringing your father around all of these public people several times, and now that he has some hate online, you're going to out him as this abusive monster? It's strictly, in my opinion, to garner sympathy from his audience and just totally using his father to do so.
Now, obviously, this isn't really anything that I just really want to talk about on stream. However, a really great Twitch streamer.
You know that Hassan Piker?
It's just making me relive my childhood trauma because of all this. I hated my father because he never told me that he was proud of me.
Oh my god.
Are you serious? He always made me feel like a failure, and to be honest, he was quite abusive. Looking into what I heard that he was convicted of, which I never did.
It is quite literally the first and third results on Google when Googling your
Oh, so
father's
that's
name.
2010. No, that's crazy. I don't believe that he grew up poor unless he was like... I guess he lived with his mom for a while, right? And then his dad got custody or something. So maybe growing up with his mom, he was poor. But if it's 2011, no. Unless his dad like drank away all the money in high school, no. He grew up fine. Middle class, maybe lower middle class at worst. But I have a big doubt.
The third in all caps, assault in the military.
I guess 15 years after the fact is quite painful.
And from the sounds of it, he bought a house like in the recovery period. Like before BlackRock was really a thing, but after houses got cheap, so like in a decent era.
It is. Anyways, fast forward a little bit. After I was homeless for a tad, I would DM them.
Poor guy, homeless
Sometimes
and
I had no
hated.
money to where I couldn't even afford to eat, and it got met with laughter. Due to this all being resurfaced by Hassan, due to what my father was convicted for, which really hurts to say.
I mean, I'm not sure why you've known about it for the last 15 years.
It's kind of hard to think of your family as a monster, but I didn't sleep much last night.
Your dad put a gun to your head. What do you mean it's hard to think of him as a monster?
I honestly didn't want to believe it last night.
Yeah, sure, it's not like people have been posting at you that your dad went to jail for being a pest for the last 5 months.
And I don't really know what to think, but I think the fact that Hassan wants to imply that I'm a monster
You know that Hassan Piker?
based off of who my father is disgusting.
Like, this man has, I guess, epigenetic memories of. It's just like, it's a familial obligation over here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was about to say. Fucking... It's not just because of your father. It's because of the shit with Pinky Chew and that, and Freem. I don't... Jesus. I mean, he's so fucking good at this.
And to imply that I'm a...
Yeah, whatever. He made a joke at your expense because you've been involved in SA allegations the past year, and then the internet found out that your dad was one of the most infamous pests in U.S. military history. I get it. I made a whole documentary about it. It's like an absurd cosmic joke at your expense.
And to imply that I'm a...
Is he whimpering? The man is literally whimpering directly into the microphone over a joke Hassan, the face of terrorism in 2025, made. This is 100% performative. You cannot convince me otherwise. You could pause and play a song to center yourself, but instead, you're staying on stream and whimpering directly into a microphone.
After I myself have been twice based on what my father has done, it's just a little bit crazy, isn't it?
He is actually trying to use SA as a shield against Hassan Piker making jokes about his dad being a convicted pest. It's the BPD woman meme to say you were SA'd in order to be deemed beyond reproach or criticism. Funnily enough, he did the same thing with Pink when she made allegations against him. Maybe you're thinking I'm jumping to conclusions and being too harsh. Well, just a few minutes later, after that great performance to garner sympathy from his audience, he switches on a dime like nothing ever happened. You be the judge.
But, yeah.
Well, yeah, because that's what Tectone does.
I'm gonna just keep farming the out of them.
Let's see.
To be honest. Yeah.
Because this is probably one of the stronger arguments for everything being fake, is that Tectone, after a segment ends, well, he has segments to his streams. Whenever he's streaming, he'll talk about something for usually 10 to 20 minutes. And then he'll immediately shift into the next segment. And it's pretty blatant, but it's kind of strange that so many people, like, that he, like, injected something so emotional into, like, a daily stream. Because I feel like that just opens it up for so much, like, easy, correct criticism. And part of it's the grind. You can say it's the grind. He has to do it. But, like, he doesn't. This thing, like, if he was so genuine about it, he should have taken a break at this point and not when, like, the mysterious date is coming up. I feel like Tectone's gonna go down the route of, I think Turkey Tom did a video on that guy, on a guy. I don't remember his name. Who? Oh. On a guy who, like, became a fucking cult leader. Like, he was, like, fairly normal, and then he got into being a cult leader. That's almost how Tectone's talking. Is like, when the date happens, everything changes, and I come back.
I don't give
a new person. A new man.
Yeah, straight up. I'm good. Yeah, it is what it is. There's not really anything he can say to deter me whatsoever. To be
Says the guy who's just
honest.
crying and
Yeah, I
whimpering
think the
on
guy's an
camera.
absolute piece of shit. Do I think he's in the wrong for what he said about my dad? No, not
It's
really.
like he's trying to, like, get both cakes. Eat his cake and have it too. Where, like, part of it is sympathy farming, and then the other part is, like, aura farming, where he's like, I'm crying, whimpering, whatever, and then he's like, I'm hard, nothing can hurt me.
I mean, at the end of the day, those are public court documents. But try to tie me to that because of who my dad is, bro, you're retarded. You're just dumb. You know what I mean? Like, this whole apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Go yourself, dude. We all know the great guy your dad was. Thankfully, I have a little bit of class to actually not talk about that. What a joke. Anyways, we're going to be having a podcast with Dan Saltman later. Which I bet is going to be
No way.
so great. We have a great podcast with Dan Saltman and Nux Taku.
Dan also left the
That will
internet.
be happening in 53 minutes. Hassan's favorite streamers.
Oh my god, you guys are so lucky I decided not to watch the hour-long video that Nux Taku put out. Holy shit. Well, I'm lucky, I guess. You guys are lucky, because you didn't show up. To this bullshit. But no, Nux Taku, Jesus Christ, he's so annoying. Annoying looking, sounding. The content of his videos is so shit.
Tectone's ex-girlfriend Pink would also say on Twitter that wasn't going to say anything, but that guy would not stop talking about how he wanted to have relations with a podcast member, made jokes about women being in Vietnam, and made me extremely uncomfortable.
Look, and Nux Taku is a whole other thing. I hope somebody gets like a maybe Lord Crust has a doc on him that's good. But a lot of people just focused on like the controversy around Mudahar and like Nux Taku's recent stuff. He also deletes a lot of stuff, so I think it's kind of harder to do. One of my theories though is that the people that associate with him, because Nux Taku's a freak on like the face of it, a lot of the people who like ongoingly associate with him are also very freaky. I don't think we're gonna get to it tonight, but I think it's talked about a little bit in this video. This video? What the fuck? Where is it? I prepped it. Here it is. Where Tectone responds And basically, I think there's like a section in here. Yeah, Tectone's lolly history and hypocrisy. I am way too tired. I'm gonna make it through like the last few minutes of this video. But like, I think the only people who associate with Nuxtaku are like freaks of their own.
Uncomfortable. I tried to say something and was told it wasn't a big deal. He would say the woman who accused him of SA in the military were liars, and I still can't believe he was allowed around other female content creators, including me. The truth always comes to light, and I hope those women know they did the right thing.
Your dad's a yeah.
Tectone's ex Pink posted proof in March she went to police, and on May 9th, after returning from traveling abroad, posted an email setting up further investigative meetings with the police. Tectone's community, who are obviously biased for their streamer, regularly accuse Pink of faking these screenshots. But don't
Why did
take
she
her
turn
word
brown?
or mine that there is police matters at hand. Take Tectone's word.
You guys, I'll be real. I went to the police yesterday. Saying, hey, let's hurry this up.
I had no idea you could tell the police let's hurry this up when they were investigating you. I'm learning so much, guys. This is awesome.
Like legit. I got my lawyers like, hey, let's hurry this the up, right? Because like, you know, they're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. They're going to investigate me. They're going to investigate me 100%. I said, bro, just talk to me. Let's get this go. I've been waiting 7 months for these people just to reach out to me. And it's like, bro, can we just go ahead and wrap this up? Like, if anybody's worked with the police, it is so slow. It's unbelievable. And then all you ever get told is, I recommend you don't say anything. I recommend you don't say anything. I recommend you not saying anything. Let's handle this in court. Let's handle.
Dude, wait, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's why he has to stop streaming, is because he wants to talk about Pinkychu and Freem so badly. But the court, like I guess it's like an actual court thing, is coming up. And that's why he's like stopping himself. He's like, I'm not going to stream it all. I don't want any chance to fuck this up publicly. Which in that case, it's funny that he's talking to Destiny, because like, I think Pixie's lawyers are like actively trying to get him to shut up. I just think it's a little ironic. It's just funny.
Handle this in court. Let's handle this in court. It's like, brother, I don't want to go to court. I don't want to deal with it. I just want to live my life.
That's quite a change from his original threats to sue Pink for defamation, isn't it?
You no longer have 2 weeks. You have 24 hours.
Yeah.
I mentioned this earlier, but I did speak with Tectone. He said he would answer whatever I wanted. However, once he noticed the questions, he hid behind the NDA with Freem, even though half of the questions had nothing to do with her. I asked him about the allegations, and as stated earlier, he just straight up lied to me about that. I asked if he ever posted any other receipts, as he said he would, if there was ever a period of time where Pink wasn't paying rent, and why he wasn't pursuing a defamation case, after he said he would. He responded with, I think the problem with a lot of these questions is that with an ongoing lawsuit happening, I think you know I can't talk about a lot of this. Out of curiosity, to not fuel any fire, wouldn't it just be better to wait to make this video until the result of the investigation, or why does it need to be made now? The guy is low-key asking me not to make this video in an attempt to cover this up. That's how I take it after he answers none of my questions. I asked which ongoing lawsuit.
I guess to be fair, to a degree, sure. Because like Willie Mack jumped the gun, right? But I feel like so much of this is about the history of Tectone, and just to even cover Pikachu and Freem's like allegations or whatever the fuck they are, is totally fine. And you can just make another video later, right? Even though it might like make one whole product better. First off, we have like no information about this court case. We don't know when it's happening or what's going on with it. And so like, why would you wait? You don't know. Why would you even know to wait? One, and then two, he doesn't give you a date to wait for. If he did, maybe that would be acceptable, but I still think that's like, I agree.
I received no answer, and asked again the next day if he was referring to the NDA with Freem, and again received no answer. The thing is, none of those questions I asked had anything to do with his NDA with Freem. They were all concerning Pink. In conclusion, I would say, in the public discourse, we judge these controversies that aren't definitively proven on the character of the parties involved. We know Freem was going to come out with accusations now 100% based on court documents obtained, and that Tectone has consistently lied about this for years. When Pink and Tectone got word of these allegations, they went absolutely nuclear.
She was going to do something much worse, so bad it would have ruined all of our lives.
They defamed Freem with cheating allegations to explain Tectone's behavior, which we now know is false with receipts. They also knowingly or unknowingly filed a false police report against her for revenge. Pink sues Freem, which from what we have available is filled with Tectone's stories and interactions with Freem, which I conclude is him participating and feeding info for Pink's lawsuit. He denies encouraging Pink, but we have proof of him participating. Pink gets cheated on. Tectone lies about the breakup date to avoid responsibility, and receipts are posted proving him wrong and showing Pink saying she was scared of him. Pink accuses Tectone of abuse. Her story hasn't wavered, and currently there is an ongoing police investigation according to both Pink and Tectone. Tectone says he can prove his innocence with receipts, but he never provides any, besides one on Pink paying rent, which he later gets caught lying about.
And honestly, it's really annoying because the reality is she doesn't pay rent.
Tectone threatens to sue Pink for defamation and saber rattles, but when she doesn't retract, he claims Pink knows every legal loophole, but we now know just because he isn't named doesn't mean he can't pursue, and still to this day he has yet to file a defamation case against Pink. While making a video on Tectone, reached out, to which he responded saying he will answer any of my questions, and then refuses to, when in my opinion he realizes how in-depth I've looked into this. I consider Tectone a liar and a manipulator of his audience, spinning stories to attempt to escape the smallest of controversies such as cheating, to the more extreme lying in the case of his response to allegations against Pink, and how he spun the rent situation. I began making this video over the absurdity of his father's infamous rape, coupled with his own allegations, and came away with revelations of his ex-wife alleging abuse that led to false police reports, lies, and lawsuits in response to this abuse potentially becoming public. This, coupled with the ex-girlfriend's abuse allegations, are a catastrophic combination for Tectone. It is the consistent lying and content of character of the parties involved which should lead people to look at the story again with all the events and timeline in front of you to consider. That being said, cheers everyone, and thanks for watching.
Oh, okay. I thought he was gonna end with like, there's a possibility that it's like conjecture, but I don't know. I do agree that's like, that's the court of public opinion, right? I have to stop saying that. I feel like that's kind of cringe. But I don't know if there's a better word for it. But yeah, that's totally right. I think just whenever you're able to so easily prove false somebody's statements, oh, excuse me. No, I lost track. Did I? I think whenever you're so easily able to prove false somebody's statements, they lose so much like credibility, especially whenever it comes to stuff like this large. And it's a shame that this video doesn't have more views. This is made by Shamu. It only has 30k views. Give it a like as well. That's just crazy. Because Tectone has like 1 million subs. I would like to see a social blade, actually, if this video did any harm at all. Actually, let's read the comments. Tectone's chat should be documented on how to create an echo chamber. Saying Asmongold makes you feel better about your own life is the most bars on the floor statement ever. If anyone had to keep asserting to people that they are in fact the nicest and best people is always going to gaslight others, do not fall for it. I'm one of the best husbands. Well, yeah, that's true. The more I get, yeah, really, like, once you start watching Tectone and you, like, have the context of his past in mind, I think now he's going for more of an avoidance tactic because he realized that, like, going at it head on looked really bad for him. Because he took the tactic of lying about it, not just being, like, direct about it. I mean, I don't know. He could, like, fix himself, but if he was, like, deciding not to hide it and was like, yep, I knew it. I never talked about it because it's, like, so horrible, his dad thing. That would have been one thing. But him, like, I don't know, almost, like, feigning ignorance is, like, so crazy. And then I don't even know what the fucking redemption for the fucking Pinky Chew and Freem stuff is. I mean, that's going to court, right? So that'll be determined by a lawyer, by a judge, by a court of his peers. So that's crazy. So I guess besides that, I really wanted to also watch the Tectone court docs exposed because there's a pretty good lolly section in this where he goes over Tectone's history of it, which that has some crazy fucking clips, let me say. So if you're still awake, if you still have energy, I totally recommend watching that video. But I am out. I'm gonna go run, not even run. I'm gonna go lumber to bed and slumber. I might cover this next time, but it would be a pretty weird clipping if I did. I don't do that anyway. I'm pretty bad at this. And then I never got to the Call of Shame video. I guess as a hint for next time, there's been this AI channel that Asmongold has completely fallen for. Asmongold like loves the channel and he's just like slurping up the slop. He's got his comically sized straw and he's just slurping that shit right out of the trough. While the AI channel is getting stuff wrong, making stuff up, very oddly religious. However, the religious stuff all seems to be AI generated as well. And it is very entertaining. But I need to get some sleep. I have not had good sleep in a couple of days, so I'm afraid that's why I'm calling it a little early, because it's only midnight 12:20 here. So good night, everybody. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you next time. Bye.